Welcome to the 2022 Brisbane Trail Ultra. Over the course of the weekend, we'll see runners participate, compete and push themselves to reach the finish line across multiple distances and some incredible terrain in the heart of Queensland's capital city. At the Brisbane Trail Ultra, points are on the line as part of the Spartan Trail World Championship event, with the 30-kilometre challenge and the 100-mile ultra being fiercely competed throughout the weekend. Follow along as we celebrate, support and enjoy the athleticism on display through some of Brisbane's best trails. The BTU crew and supporting community welcome you to the Brisbane Trail Ultra.
Okay, welcome to the finish precinct of the Brisbane Trail Ultra. What an amazing day, Ben.
Unbelievable. What an amazing weekend we've had already.
I know.
Unbelievable weather.
So Ben told me he's been up all night. He had 2 hours sleep in the car because he's been out there
thereabouts
getting runners started.
Yes.
And they've actually been out there now for, some started at midnight.
Yes,
you
we had
saw
a
them off
midnight
at midnight. Yeah. So they've been out there. They're out the Mount Glorious. But the race we're covering is a 30K, which is about to start in about 30 minutes. But we want to talk about what we're really excited about.
Yeah.
So what are you excited about, Ben?
I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to be up on top of this beautiful location, overlooking the Brisbane River.
How good is Brisbane?
Look at that building over there. Apparently you work over there. Is that correct?
Yeah. Oh, you know, I do a bit of moonlighting as a public servant.
Yes.
In the Tower of Power.
Let's not talk about work. Let's talk about the race.
Yeah. You know, that's like that thing I do in my spare time, which I get so much enjoyment of, and that is running around Brisbane.
Yes.
And running around, and you can just see, if I move out of the way, it's pretty hard to see on this shot here, but the Mount Cootha is where a bulk of our runners are right now. They're out there doing the Red Bull climb. They're out beyond that in the 100 mile and 110K. But I'm really excited to just have so many interstate runners back here this year. We had people that came here in 2019 who have wanted to get back here and are back here again this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I spoke to a bunch of them personally before the race, and there's just such a great atmosphere. Everyone being thrilled that the race is back happening.
Because the ultra running community is really small. We all know each other. It's like a really tight community. So borders really separated. We really missed each other. So it's really nice to see our fellow runners, particularly from Victoria, and there's a few of them have come up from Victoria. Of course, a lot from New South Wales, because even though they're just across the border, they still found it really hard to get here. You know, there's a couple from WA. And of course, our international athletes. Yes. It's so nice to be welcoming people to run these amazing trails we have here in Brisbane. And man, to think you can be out running in the wilderness, and it is kind of a wilderness, it's subtropical rainforest out there, and you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. Like people, when I send them out on training runs out there, they say, I did not see anybody for ages. I thought I was like in the middle of nowhere.
At the trail to themselves.
And then you can be out there and then you finish here in Brisbane.
Yeah, in the heart of Brisbane.
And you finish up here and this is your view. How amazing is that?
It is an incredible finish precinct that's set up here. We've got Red Bull playing tunes over there. Yeah, it's just a great atmosphere already. And obviously the afternoon will progress and runners will be coming in and it's just going to be going gangbusters, as they say.
Yes, it will be. It will get really busy in the next, when the 30K runners keep coming. We have had some 60K runners come in already.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're moving on to the schedule for the weekend now. So we know our 5 a.m, our 100-mile runners set off. At 5:30 a.m, the 110K runners set off. 6 a.m, when it was still dark and a little bit cool here in Brisbane, we had our 60K runners setting off. We had our elite field, or our faster runners of the 60K, set off at 8 a.m. when things had warmed up a little bit and it was light, so that was quite good for them. But what we're really looking forward to, and we've got a really, really, really good field, is that 3 p.m 30K start. That is our premier event. In the 30K. We do have a 20K tomorrow at 6 a.m. as well. So for those who aren't quite up to that really challenging 30K, there's a 20k, and some of them actually will come back and do 20k tomorrow. There are some runners who will do a 60k and back up and do a 20. Yeah, they just love it so much.
Awesome. Well, it's time to hear from some of the 13k competitors. So we've got some pre-recorded videos we've done. We're going to tune in now. So let's watch that.
Are we crossing now to Spanish runner Antonio Martinez Perez, who's in our 30k?
Hey, it's Shona here, and I've got Antonio Martinez Perez from Spain, and he's racing the BTU 30. How are you feeling about tomorrow's race?
I'm feeling great. I've been here like for a week and a half, and I think I'm ready. I'm looking forward to it.
So are you over your jet lag?
Yeah, I hope so. I've been racing a lot the last 6-7 weeks, but this is gonna be the last, and I think I have energy for a last push. Yeah.
So what's your favorite part of Australia so far?
It has been great. We have been in the Tangaloom Island, and we have been in the zoo seeing the animals, and it has been awesome. I think it's gonna be. I mean, it has been a great experience, and it's gonna end with the race. So it has been a great experience to be here for sure.
So what's your favorite part of the course?
I think the part in the bus, I like to run like in the trail, so I think, there's gonna be where I want to push, because I know there are some good runners coming, some local runners, they come from athletics, and I need to get advantage in that part, because in the asphalt they can be faster, so yeah.
So your game plan is to go fast in the bush and then just to hold on at the end?
Yeah. I will try to do that. Don't. I hope they are not hearing that. But I think my best part is in the downhill, so I'm gonna try to push there. Yeah.
Awesome. We say it, fang it down a hill here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Look, we can't wait to see what you can do on the course.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
That was Antonio Martinez Perez, and of course our RD Shona Stevenson interviewing him, and it was a very windy day yesterday up here. Things have settled down a bit. Great to hear from Antonio. Now we're going to hear from our Spanish female elite athlete, and Sarah Alonso Martinez, also being interviewed by Shona.
Hey, it's Shona here, and I've got Sarah Alonso Martinez. She's just fresh from the Mont Blanc Marathon. Welcome to Australia, Sarah.
Thank you. Really amazing to be here.
So Sarah just won Mont Blanc Marathon, and she's leading the Spartan Trail World Championship and also the Golden Trail Series as well. So we're super lucky to have Sarah here. So what has been your favourite part of Australia so far?
All the animals that they are here, like kangaroos and koalas, but also from the water animals like turtles and a lot of fishes.
So we took Sarah snorkeling on Tangalooma Island, and we were lucky enough, Sarah saw 2 turtles by herself, and then we saw a big one together.
Yes, amazing, eh? It was like, wow. And also I think a shark. I am not sure, because I see and I went to another place.
It was slightly stressful for the race director to take the Spanish elite runners to Tangalooma Island, but it was a great experience. I was a little bit stressed, but it was okay. So, on the course, what is your favourite part of the course?
The first part, that is in the park, in the natural park. I really like to run fast, and this is a race that you can run fast every time. And also the finish will be crazy with a road 10-kilometer race. So yes, it will be amazing vegetarian in the natural park and really fast race. Faster than Mont Blanc, of course, because it's shorter and not technical. So I will have to push hard in the race.
We can't wait to see what you can do on the course. Massive thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Shona talking with one of our elite runners, Sarah, in the 30k. So we're going to now look at the course they'll be taking on in this afternoon in the 30k in just under 20 minutes. So the course starts at where all of our events start, at Corrimalling Park out in the Gap. They head up. There's a short run along the road, and then they head straight up the Python Trail. It's a really steep up that takes them across the road and through some undulating trail to Mount Cootha to their first checkpoint, and then it's a downhill run before they hit the Red Bull climb. Then there's a bit of technical running across the creek, through Barden. Still some technical running there. They think they're in suburban, but then they hit a little bit more of trail before then they hit the suburbs with about 10k to go. We've got a bird joining us here. And it's downhill, a lot of downhill before they go through past Suncorp, which has been deviated little bit this year through the roads because there's a big rugby match on at Suncorp Stadium. And then they hit the river. And from the river, they come past, there's a bridge, you can't see it here. There's a bridge which they run over, the Goodwill Bridge, which is a footbridge that people who live in Brisbane will know well, that passes from the South Bank across to QUT Gardens Point. And then at night we can actually see their headlamps as they come along the base of the cliffs here and then make their way up the stairs to Kangaroo Point. So now we want to talk about some of our top females in the field. We'll start with the females in the 30k. So we have from Melbourne, Simone Brick. Really good to have our Victorian runners here. We have with us also Nicole Bunyan. She is founder of Running Mums Australia. I was previously an ambassador with Running Mums Australia, so I've had a lot to do with Nicole over the years. She's a really avid trail runner now. So I've had the pleasure of spending quite a bit of time with her. So it's really, really cool to see her here for this trail event this weekend. We've also got, coming back from last year for the females, we've got Monica Holmwood, who was third last year on the Red Bull climb. Anna Munro won the Red Bull climb last year. She's in here for the Katie McKenzie, one of our other local strong runners. She was fifth last year in the BTU 30. They're all out there again contesting this race. Do you want to talk about the men, or you want to leave that to me, Ben?
You were all over this, Jodie. I'm impressed. I'm impressed about the knowledge of the course, let alone the athletes. So
I'm not sure if all of these runners are here because I know there's a few people who haven't been able to make it because of flight cancellations, which has been really sad. But let me talk a bit about them. I hope that are here. So we've got Ewan Horsburgh, which I think couldn't make it.
Don't think so.
Ewan has just come back from America. What? Okay, we're just going to throw to...
We're going to throw to a video, yeah.
Okay, we're just communicating here with our tech behind the scenes here. We're going to throw to an ad break. A quick interview with Simone. I mentioned Simone is one of our top female participants that's come up from Victoria. We're going to throw to an interview with her now.
Hey, it's Shona here, and I'm so lucky to have Simone Brick with me. Welcome, Simone.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be in sunny Queensland from Melbourne.
So, what do you think the race conditions will be like for you? Is it perfect running conditions?
Look, it's a little hot overall, but at the same time, that's I know, true Melbourneite saying that in Queensland. But for me, it's just the case that I've been running in freezing conditions. But at the same time, overall, absolutely perfect for the beauty of it, and I'll be out there enjoying the weather, definitely.
So what races have you done so far this year, Simone?
I haven't done a huge number of races this year. The most recent one I did was the Australian National Championships, a month and a half ago or so. But I've just been in a massive training block gearing up to go to the Golden Trail Series, which I haven't actually started yet. I'll be doing the next 4 races there. So yeah, I'm still in the middle of all my big training build for that, and I fly out in 2.5 weeks.
So whereabouts are all those races? They're all around Europe, or?
They're a bit of everywhere, actually. I think I go Norway first. A week later is Sierre Isle in Switzerland, and then there's about a 5-week break before we have Pikes Peak Ascent in Manitou Springs in Colorado. Straight then a week later to Flagstaff for Flagstaff Sky Peaks. And then Madeira, 4 weeks later, holds the Golden Trail Final, which is a 5-day stage race. And I go straight from that in Madeira in Portugal to Thailand for the World Mountain Running Championships, or World Trail and Mountain, where I'm planning on doing the classic distance up-down race. So big season. I leave in 2 weeks and I don't get back till mid-November.
So are you using the BTU as a bit of a warm-up event then?
Yeah, BTU, I wasn't going to race it until Sarah told me she was coming, and I was like, holy yes, that's scary because Sarah is a bomb. And I'm just like, hey, if I get an indication of how my training's been going and my form going into Golden Trail, because obviously Sarah's right up the front of those fields and I'm trying to make my way up from where I was last year, so it's a great indication for me. And also I definitely wanted a race on Aussie soil, and what better place to do it than Brisbane. So
hey, thank you. Look, we're so happy that we've given you some Queensland weather.
yes.
And it's not Brisbane weather. And it's not Melbourne weather. So have you had a chance to get out on the course yet? Or
No, this is the funny part because I feel like I don't even have the hometown advantage. Sarah's seen the course and I haven't. So I'm going in completely blind, which I think is the first time I've done that in a long time. That being said, I have spoken to a lot of people about the conditions of the trails and what it's like. So I think I know what to expect. I've seen the last 5K of the course that I ran this morning, and that's a flat, fast finish. So that'll be fun. But yeah, overall, I actually have no idea what to expect. It'll be a fun surprise during the race.
Oh, look, awesome. We can't wait to see what you can do. And hopefully you're not too far behind Sarah when you're right in amongst it all.
That's definitely the plan. That's what I'll be out there trying to do.
Fantastic.
So that was a short video with interview with Simone. Now we're going to have a short here from Running Mums Australia co-founder Nicole Bunyan.
Hey, it's Shona here, and I've got Nicole Bunyan here from Running Mums Australia, who's just flown up from Sydney. Welcome, Nicole.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
So is that your partner over there?
Yes, that's Mark.
Is he now COVID-free?
He is COVID-free. I have dodged COVID 2 weeks in a row. I'm doing well. And I'm here.
And we're having a giggle when we saw that come through. I was like, oh no, I'm looking at the timing. Potentially Nicole will have COVID by the time she's here.
No, I am very good. I am COVID-free and I plan on staying that way, hopefully. Yeah.
So you were just down in the Gold Coast Marathon. You did your 10K. How was that? Did you have fun down there?
I did. Had such a good day. It was really nice. Had a nice little tick over the legs, so I'm all ready to go tomorrow.
So you dropped down from the 60 to the 30. You had like a rib injury, was that right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was earlier on. So rib injury, and I just haven't had the training time, and just wanted to enjoy the trails. So experience that.
So the BTU 30 is known as the party time race, right? We've got the umbrella bar just over there. We've got a bar on tap where we're ready to go. Are you looking forward to the race or the bar more?
I'm actually looking forward to both. So I'm looking forward to the race. I'm looking forward to seeing somewhere I've never run before. Like I haven't set foot on these trails ever. So that's exciting. And then some of my friends are here. So yes, we will definitely be enjoying afterwards as well.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see what you can do on the course, and I can't wait to see you in the bar relaxing afterwards, because I'm sure that would have been quite stressful watching him go down.
Very stressful. I just wanted to get here.
Yeah. And we do know that so many people were having issues with flights and so on coming up from Sydney, so it is amazing that you're here as well.
No, I know. I think I actually feel very lucky that I made it on the plane today, because I have some friends that didn't make it on their flight. So I think I'm pretty blessed to be running, and it's a great opportunity. So thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for coming up.
So, thank you.
And we're back. Jodie's back as well. She's running off.
Organising
while
volunteers.
videos are being played, organising things as she does. Amazing work. Nice to hear from Nicole Bunyan, founder of Running Mums Australia. And now we're going to hear from a 30K male runner, originally from Poland, Piotr Babas.
Hey, it's Shona here, and I've got Petro. Please, how do you say it?
Piotr.
Piotr Babas from Poland originally, but he lives down in Tasmania. He was our second place 110K winner last year, but he's back this year to do our 30K. How are you feeling?
Very excited. Definitely feel more confident on a longer distance. But I'm looking forward. It seems like it's going to be a great race.
So Petro decided to do the 30K because he has got a fairly decent lineup after our race. So what are you doing after the BTU?
I'm finally heading back home to Poland, and in a month time there's a Polish championship. So it's 80K with 4,000 meters of climbing. So I thought I would like to race back home finally and sign up for that race. So this would be I just wanted to save my energy a little bit and unfortunately, as much as I wanted to do 110 kilometers again here, I decided to reduce the distance.
Hey, look, this is pretty smart, and I think that's what the nice thing about the BTU, especially that 30k distance. Like 30k's, pretty much fits into anyone's training program at any given time. And is that the other reason why you decided to do the 30? Is because it can just fit in, and you can use it as a lead-up event.
Yeah, definitely. It's. I look at the winning times, about 2 hours. I'm not sure if I'll be that fast, but yeah, it will be a great training and beautiful course.
So what's your favourite part? You know it all. So are you going to just love the Sunto climb at the end, or the part in the bush, or smashing it down the river?
Oh, I think the Red Bull climb. It's nice. Heading up and cruising down to the city. Definitely looking forward to that. Hopefully, still have some energy for the last flat section.
So will you be in the bar afterwards?
I'm not sure about that. My friend is actually doing 110 miles, so maybe I will come up and help him out a little bit. Maybe run the river stretch again with him.
That's also so cool that you're going to go pace your mate.
Yeah, definitely. It's his first 100 miler, so he's very excited, and I would like to help him a little bit. Yeah.
That's lovely. Well, we can't wait to see what you do in the 30, and then we'll see you again pacing in the 100 mile.
Yeah, definitely. Looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're back. Woo!
So we're going live now to the start line of the 30k, which starts in 8 minutes.
Under 8 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, so as you can see there, everyone looks pretty chilled to me. It's a beautiful afternoon. Actually, they're probably a bit worried about the heat, because I know standing here in the sun.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of bite in it.
Yeah.
On the skin.
Yeah, so really great for those interstate people who have been rugged up in running, in their long tights and long sleeve shirts and all their extra layers to keep warm when they go out on their runs. So yeah, we've really turned on. There's someone who's really excited to be lining up today. So we did have a really chilly day on Tuesday. Brisbane was the coldest city in Australia on Tuesday.
You were telling me before we went to air. I know.
Yeah.
You're very proud of it, actually.
So I know. So I'm just saying, we know how to turn it on for our visitors when they come here to Queensland to run an event. So yeah. So this is at Corrimalling Park, which is out in the Gap, right on the edge of suburbia. So from there, most of the events head up into the trails of Mount Cootha. This one, it heads straight towards Mount Cootha, up a short, sharp little climb called the Python Trail. I don't know why they call them, how they come up with these names. There's some really interesting trail names out there. Of course, they do things like Hellhole.
Yes.
It's quite a famous but really pretty little section of trail, Hellhole,
it's
right?
It's called Hellhole.
Yeah.
You know these areas intimately by the sounds of things.
I've been numerous times down Hellhole. There's another one we like to say we do often is the 69 break.
I have no idea why.
No. Let's keep it clean here now. Maybe later we'll get into a bit more of that. Really interesting. So today they've done Holman break, they've done the Mount Nebo break, First Gate break, all these like a little trail sections, kind of like a fire access road that we all run on. Some are gnarly and gravelly and a bit uneven since they've been washed out. Now we have had quite a bit of rain.
Yeah, so what are the conditions of the trails like compared to what you've done or experienced previously out there?
So I think this year, because we've had a lot of rain, because those trails are quite a gravelly and usually quite dry, because we don't get a lot of rain usually in winter, it's very unusual to have our dams spilling. Yeah. And all our dams out, of course, creeks feed into are all spilling at the moment. Yeah. So I actually think this might make it a bit faster because you get a bit more grip.
Yep.
Because the trails are no longer because you're not skidding in the dry gravel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So particularly
a bit more traction.
Yeah, that's right. Particularly out on
in the dirt.
There's a trail section called Township Break. Another fun one that people will go and do. I might send someone out there to run Township Break because I do a bit of coaching, so I'll send my athletes out to make sure they get familiar with the course.
Yep.
And even when we're going out with running groups and we go out and do Township Break, I don't know, I was the same. The first time I did Township Break, I was like, I'm never doing that again.
Wow.
It is ridiculously steep, and when it's dry, you just skid down. I don't know too many people who go down there and stay upright. Wow. That's how steep it is. So for BTU, they put a rope in. so that you don't go arse over, but people still do.
I'm yet to experience this township break.
Yes, you have to go out there, Ben, and run township break. Yeah. What trails have you run around Brisbane?
I've run a few, but not the ones that you're describing to me, because again, they just sound horrible. No, they sound amazing.
They are amazing.
They sound very, very hard though. Very challenging.
Yeah. There's some really fun ones around Inoggera. That's one of my favourite places to run.
Yeah.
Around the reservoir. There's just some beautiful little trail sections that are a bit undulating. By the water. It's always nice to have the water views when you run. And we run through creeks, and often we can get through them, but people are going to get wet feet today.
Yeah.
What else are we talking about?
You were going to talk about the previous results from last year.
Oh, okay. So we just had an interview from Pieter Babis. He was second last year in our 110, and what we find is we do get a lot of people coming back year after year, which is really good to see. I know in the miler we had Joffred Mackett, who came here and didn't finish the first year. He couldn't get here in 2019, and he came back last year, 2020, and finished.
Awesome.
Yeah, he was one of our last finishers because, he's a master. He's
redemption.
He finished, and he's back again this year, do the miler again. So, that says something about the course that these people are really keen to. We've got 3 minutes to go, so I think that's probably, maybe that's our 2-minute warning that we're. Some will have their trackers all ready to go. There we got some people. It's actually a really lovely little park. There's actually a start line. They'll actually run around the park just to break up the field a little bit. They send them around. They do a bit of a loop around that park because they head off the park into a rocky trail that follows the Inoggera Creek. And the water's running. Actually, they have to cross the creek. And because the dam is actually spilling, Inoggera Dam is spilling at this time, there's a lot of water in the creek.
Right.
So
Wet feet is inevitable?
In the first few Ks, they're going to get their feet wet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So they head across the creek. There's a bit of a sprint up the road. So that's really good because that kind of sorts out there. And I'm just trying to see who are some of our...
I can see Tom Brimelow there at the start line, Gold Coast local.
So he did I think he did the 100 at the Blackhall 100 last year. So he usually does a bit shorter runs. But it's really good to see him. He'll be going out hard.
I think he'll be going up the front for sure. Yes.
Chasing down those front runners. Oh, I think that's Sam. I'm seeing Sam Burridge there. So Sam did the 60 on the first year. He couldn't get back here the following year, but he's come back. So he will be a tough competitor too. I think he took out the Red Bull Challenge in the first year, so he knows what he's up for.
Yeah.
He knows what he's up for. Just trying to see. Of course. One of the athletes I coach, Cecilia, she won the 30 last year. Unfortunately, she's not here this year.
Oh, no.
But, she's back in Finland, not for good, just to visit, because, she's actually in the UK now.
Yeah.
She's on holiday because she's not been able to get back. She's an Aussie now.
We're inside a minute, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
She lives in Brisbane now. But she's racing CCC, so she's spending a bit of time with family in Finland, spending a bit of time with her in-laws to be, I think, in the UK, and then we'll be doing a bit of training from Courmayeur in Italy in preparation for CCC. So that's the calibre of athletes we have here at the BTU 30. So we're getting ready for the start.
Yeah, we're moving closer to the start line.
Is that Aidan Hobbs in the in-training? Did I see an in-training top there? Last year we had Aidan Hobbs and Ben Duffus really battle it out.
Yeah, they really did.
It was amazing. Yeah. Okay, I can see Simone there at the front. It's nicely shaded there. They'll be nicely shaded, ready, and they'll be really ready to get going, I think. Yeah, so last year I can see Aidan Hobbs there. So Aidan's actually just ran a 2:20 marathon last weekend on the Gold Coast.
Let's go!
He came into this event so he's defending his title here.
Yes.
He came into this event last year because the Gold Coast got cancelled and was a last-minute starter.
Right.
And he really took it to Ben. There was a ding-dong fight the whole way. They were running with inside of each other through the checkpoints. It was just amazing to watch watch their dots and their trackers as they made their way through the course. So yeah, there's Aiden. He'll be, I'm sure, carrying some fatigue for that marathon because, as you can imagine, to do a 2:20 marathon, that's pretty hard on the body.
I'm guessing his training was quite specific for the marathon too. Probably not a lot of hills.
Yeah. Well, you know, he was training for it last year and came out and won this race.
That's
so
right.
he does come from a 1,500 metre back, steeplechase track record. So there's amazing diversity there for one of our local runners. Okay. We're getting ready. And they're off. Okay. Wow. So exciting to see them take
30k, they're off and racing.
As you see, they do a little lap around the Corrimalling Park there. This will be the first wave. There'll be another wave that'll start shortly. Just to break the field up a little bit because they do go under a bit of a rocky trail, and that climb up the Python track. While it's a metre or so wide, it's still you've got to get on the road and getting across that creek actually is. Yeah,
I was talking to a couple of athletes that had run it previously. They said as soon as you hit that trail,
you see
it's
they've
really
done their little
rocky.
loop. So they'll be fresh. There's Simone.
They also said it's a bit of a race to try and get
your
to there
space,
before you get bottlenecked behind another runner.
But with this course, I think it's designed that that it's pretty good. It's pretty easy to break the field up before you get into the single track, and the single track's really not until you get up the Python track, over the road, and then into the Litchfield track.
Yeah.
Which is you're on Strava. I'm on Strava. You probably know all these little places all around. All the trails have segments on them, and. The Litchfield track is not well known as a Litchfield track. For some reason, I don't know. I'd love to let someone could post and let us know. Why is that segment called Andy's Cucumber Sandwiches? I don't know.
Maybe to make contact with Strava, it's really important, right?
If we're ever doing a trail run and we're trying to work out which way we're going to go back, and someone says, let's take Andy's, we know exactly what they mean. I know, crazy, right? So I'd love to hear from you. Who set up that segment and named it Andy's Cucumber Sandwiches? I saw one of my mates there, Cheryl, I think that was, taking off there in the next wave. These people are a little bit more casual, not as much at stake on stake here, as they take off around the oval.
A few more smiles at the start line on that one.
Enjoy their run around in the sun before they have to hit that hill. Yeah. So we are on Facebook Live, as you know, because you're watching us. We'd love you to comment. We'll try and answer you. And do you love Andy's is one I want to know. Do you love Andy's Cucumber Sandwiches? And is there another Strava segment? I think the Red Bull Climb is also labelled, has another name. I think one's called the track behind the toilet, which is what it is, the Pinnacle track.
Look, happy runners there, very, very happy.
We're going to see them. Amazing to think they're going to be out heading into the trails, and then we're going to see them here in a couple of hours' time.
Big waves, big smiles. Gorgeous afternoon out there. We've got a finisher here.
60k finisher.
Finish line.
So we have our 60k runners who, some of these people started at 6 a.m. this morning. They're coming in to finish here this afternoon under the Red Bull Arch up here at Kangaroo Cliff Point, Kangaroo Cliff Park. So the miler, in the miler, we have Vlad Shatroff from Newcastle. So a lot of trail runs with me with Vlad. He's a very tidy runner. He came here in first year and ran the 110 and set a really challenging time for that 110 course. That record still stands. He's out there in the miler with a commanding lead. I haven't checked the tracker lately, but he's set himself a really, really tough goal with Vlad, and he's an all or nothing runner. We've seen that before. He set himself the goal of doing Coast to Cozzy. For those of you who don't know, Costa Cozzi is the Costa Kosciuszko. You run 246 kilometres. You start on the beach at Eden with your feet in the ocean, and you run to the highest point of Australia, Mount Kosciuszko. The terrible thing about that is you can't stop at the summit. You have to run back down to finish. You have to run 8K down to the finish line. So a lot of people get to the summit and then they turn around and have to finish, they have to head back down. So Glad set himself a really tough challenge of doing that in 24 hours and breaking the record. Yeah. And went out hard, hot day, and so he's an all or not. He'll go if he's going to go for something, he goes for it full on, and then if he blows up, he blows up. But he's in good form. He set the course for the Great North earlier this year, and he's on track to smash it.
Yeah, he's in really good shape.
So it'll be really interesting to see how he goes.
He's obviously a Tarawera 100-mile previous winner and record holder.
Yeah, and so I watched an interview with Roger Hannay that he did. And, I love Roger's interviews. He has a great rapport.
Absolutely.
And, he said to Vlad, we saw you come in, we thought you're either going to smash it or you're going to blow up. And, he pulled through and smashed it. So I'm hoping he does the same here, that he pulls it off. That'll be awesome to see.
It looks like he's on track to do it at this point. He's moving very well ahead.
In the 100-mile for the women, we've got Marie came here last year from New South Wales, managed to get across the border. A lot of the athletes took a chance and they managed to get here and get home again without having to quarantine. Here goes another wave, heading off into the trails, all really excited to be on their way. You get itchy feet, I think, when you start a race later in the day, because we're so used, don't you think? To getting started early in the morning.
Yeah.
That, having to start at 3 p.m. Oh, look, we've got some great comment there from Cherie Martin saying, go, Nicole. Thanks, Cherie.
I love the thumbs up.
Yeah. You get itchy feet. It feels weird not to be able to get up and, having all day. You sleep in, you try to be well rested. Yeah.
What do you do with yourself for the whole day?
That's exactly right.
You follow the progress of other runners, you jump on the socials, you watch the live stream when it's there. Yeah. Can't help it.
Yeah, well, we've got another wave of our 30K runners heading off there. Love to see your comments. Keep them coming.
Yes, please.
And I'd love to see if anyone knows why it's called Andy's Cucumber Sandwiches. But all of our runners today will run the Andy's Cucumber Sandwiches segment, Strava segment. And actually love to know who's got the course record. Someone wants to post that up. That'd be awesome.
Andy's.
Yeah. So here we go. We're looking at, this is Aiden Hobbs. So Aiden's our he's heading up the Python Trail. So this is a real short, sharp up, really quite steep. This is deceiving, this footage. It is really quite a steep run. So Aiden will know it because he's run it last year. He's probably might have been out here, but let's just see how he holds up with the marathon.
Yeah, just ahead of Antonio there on that climb. Early on.
Yeah, there you go. You can see how steep it is.
Wow.
A group of us, myself included, Hayley Teal, Susanna, a few others. Nolis Riol came out and joined us for a bit.
Mm-hmm. We attempted to. Names there.
We use this trail in an attempt to Everest. That's how steep it is.
Wow.
We worked out we had to do, I can't remember, Cora will know. Cora will be able to tell you. Cora was there, one of your race directors. Yeah, we went out, I did 11 up and down.
Oh, man.
We got one of our females there going up the Python Trail.
And Piotr, we just saw a moment ago, heading up there.
Yeah.
Piotr Babas.
So this is obviously our elite field because they're running up this. I think a bit later we will see people hiking it because really, I don't think I've ever run it. I've run down it, but I hike up it.
Bit like Township Break, hey?
Yeah. No, nothing like Township Break. So you think this is hard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does anyone run up Township Break?
There's one of our locals. He's a teacher.
Yeah.
Works at SLC over here. My son went to SL. This is how I know. Actually, he's run Costa Cozzi and UTMB. He's been out there and he runs it quite a bit. I don't know if he runs it, but his name escapes me right now. I'll remember it in a little bit. He's one of our local runners. who lives out this way, out not far from here actually.
It looks like Tom
This is
Brimelow.
yeah, one of our female runners. We
Tom's
might see
running
who
it.
that is as she comes around the corner. So they've got a great position here.
Looking strong there.
Mm.
In control.
Yeah, I think is that Simone? Yeah, so we're still running. Maybe
Yeah.
they're running for the camera.
Yeah.
I know.
Maybe they'll give it a heads up.
Yeah, I know. When I've done the Comrades Marathon.
You knew there's a camera ahead.
Yeah, I remember I was running up. It was the uprun, and it's near the end. I remember Bruce Fordyce, who's the king of Comrades. If you're South African, you know who Bruce Fordyce. You know all about Comrades. Was that Ewan? I think that was. Yeah, he said if you see a camera, you run. And I remember there goes one, a big smile, one of them, our female competitors heading up the Python Trail. And
You're on the live stream.
I remember I ran over the timing map and they said, oh, there's a camera, I have to run. So I ran over the timing map and they have a commentator, of course your name pops up, and they said, oh, there's Jodie from Australia. She's come all the way from Australia to run up that hill. And I went, well, I didn't really run it, but anyway, I'll take that.
Just for the camera.
Yeah, so here come our top females now running up this hill. You can see they're easing up. I think you're smart to ease up this one because you've still got the Red Bull climb ahead of you. Beautiful day, and the trail's a little bit shaded, but it's still open and warm. It'll be warm there.
Yeah, it will be warm right now.
Yeah, here we go. We got someone, a smart runner, hiking this Python Trail.
Yep.
Because really, you're only a couple of k's in here. It's like 3 or 4 k's.
Maybe they saw the camera.
Yeah, maybe.
Just
I
saying.
started the running. We're 11 minutes in, are we? Yeah, 11 minutes in on the 30k.
So very early days.
Yeah, so you're only a couple of k from the start. So you really do not want to be killing your legs on this climb
look,
because you've still
hands
got
on,
the Red
hands
Bull.
on knees, hiking
Yeah.
it strong.
You've still got the Red Bull climb ahead of you, and you've got that downhill run. Yeah, I think,
Thumbs
is that
up
Washington?
smiles. That's great.
Yeah.
Just happy out in this
Yeah.
beautiful afternoon.
Yeah, so here we are. We got the smart runners now.
Yeah.
I love these stripes happening here. Look, the stripy socks and the stripy shirt. You can pick them out.
Yeah.
I have a friend who, a fellow Comrades runner. In fact, when I did my first Comrades, he ran his tent, so he was quite a famous, well, not famous, but, great supporter of... Are we going to an ad now? No? We're going to show you the course.
Yeah. Talk us through again,
Yeah.
Jodie, because you know it's so... Oh, no, we're going back
So
live.
this is Aidan. So he's still going up. I kid you not, he's still going up the Python Trail.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a good couple of K of up, because as you see, you come from the gap and you've got to make your way up and over Mount Coot.
It looks like it's flattened out a little bit there.
Yeah, it does. It flattens out a little bit, but it's continuously up.
Yeah.
Turn a corner. It does switch back up. So you'll see again. He's got a commanding lead there.
Yeah, there's a bit of daylight between them.
If he's pulled away at the start, he's going for it. It's going to be interesting to see after that Red Bull climb if he can hold on to that lead.
Yes. Continue
Especially
that
on the
form.
road. I think maybe once he gets on the road, he will because I think you'd run a marathon, it's hard, right? It's really, really hard. So...
And you said like a 2:20 marathon. Again, there could be some fatigue in the legs from only being a week ago.
Be really interesting.
See how he's pulled up.
Okay, yeah. See, they're still running here. Amazing. Easing up that hill, and it does. It switchbacks around and up, and then you got to cross the road. And if you know Mount Coothy, you know the ring road. You kind of know where you are when you pop out on the ring road. There's all these little trails that sort of go off and to the left and right. So we're heading down. You can see this is actually quite dried out. We were talking about the course being wet. This section here is probably not dried out and gravel, but a lot of it is like this. A lot of it out past Mount Nebo is like this. It's like a dry, gravelly trail. Some of it will be single track and rocky, but the ground is fairly gravelly and kind of, if it's dried out, it's great to run on.
Yeah, it doesn't look too technical.
Yeah. Some of the course is though. Don't be misled by this little section.
I wonder if for some of these runners, like we're saying, the camera, knowing the camera's there, just
running.
adds that other element that we're like, this is next level. I'm just going to push it.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on going this hard up the hill.
Yeah,
I might be wrong.
I
know I'd probably do that.
I do it too. You think, oh, yeah, I can run. So that's the secret, I think. You should always run as if you're on camera.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what you need to think about when you're running up a hill. Just imagine there's a camera going.
One of my favourites is when I'm out trail running and someone sees me running who's walking and they say, oh, great job, can't believe you're running. And I said, oh, don't worry, I was walking just back there.
So I'm not as competitive as I used to, but I quite like running in a skirt.
Okay.
I just, because you get so sweaty and yucky when you run, right? And the female competitors all out there will get it. And you'll see some amazing, beautiful skirts running skirts now that are out there. I used to really love running in a skirt because you get so hot and sweaty and disgusting. Just running in a skirt just makes you feel a little bit feminine because, you're out there with the blokes trying to run like a bloke. Well, I'm running like a girl, but still. So my favourite thing was always to be run past a guy running up a hill wearing a skirt.
just to rub it in a little bit.
Yeah, or you'd run past and they'd go, oh, there goes Simone making her way up the Python track. And they go, oh, it's hot today, isn't it?
Tom.
And I go, is it? Yep,
Tom Brimley.
Oh. Or was that Kate McKenzie?
I'm not sure. That was definitely Tom.
Yeah.
Know that form very well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, great Gold Coast runner.
Yeah.
He's been,
former 50K winner of UTA.
Yeah. So we have some really great runners here in Queensland. It's because we run all these hills.
Yeah.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, as they say.
Yeah, you don't get better by walking the hills, right?
And not far from here is the Jacksonia Trail, which I train a lot on for UTA. So a lot of people say to me, actually I had that conversation this morning about UTA and saying, where do you train in Brisbane for stairs? I said, well, there's stairs everywhere. Like on the Gold Coast, you've got a great set of stairs.
Yeah, apple tree stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not run them yet. There's one I haven't done.
Oh, you have to come and do it.
I will. Let's go. We'll do it one day, hey?
It's not a secret spot at all. Everyone knows apple tree stairs for training for UTA.
Yeah.
It's one of the main places. Yeah.
So there's plenty of stairs, and not far from this trail, just a couple of bit over. Oh, there we go. Someone excited to be running up a hill.
There's excitement here at the finish too. Another finisher across the line.
So it'll be really interesting how they're tracking as they come through that first checkpoint. Are we supposed to be going to an ad break at some point? We're quite happy though to be watching the runners.
Keep commentating on them. I'm going to attempt to look on the tracker and see where we're at.
Yeah, okay. We're back here, yep. Yeah, see they're still running up. That's just a little bit further up the track where we saw Aiden a bit earlier. So the women are not far. They're really going for it this early in the race. Up that Python track. We're going back to the course so you can see they really start down in the gully by the creek there. And yes, they've come up that back of that hill, which is, you disappear behind. And then that little bit across the top of Mount Cootha is where we were talking about Andy's. Andy's cucumber sandwiches. The Litchfield track as it's formerly known.
It'd be great if Andy was listening in and just sitting there having a good chuckle.
Yeah. There's our female winner, I think, in the 60K coming across our line here at the finish precinct. I think the magic part, though, is for a lot of them, is you're coming through Paddington, and the big guys at the pub.
Yeah.
And eating out.
Yes.
And you're running part through the streets.
Yeah.
In all your gear, like you've seen them in their gear there.
Yeah.
Running. And I remember when I did the 60K in the first year, and I was coming through Paddington a little bit later than this. And people were out, heaters were going, the food smelled, I was hungry and it was dinner time and the food smelled amazing.
Is that one of the first places that you kind of hit the streets?
Yeah. So
coming off the trails.
Come out of Barden.
Yeah.
And you make your way sort of towards Paddington and then down through Paddington there. And there's a lot of really nice little restaurants and stuff on the side, and people sit outside all year round here in Brisbane. We're so lucky with this lifestyle that we have to be able to sit outside and eat. As you can see just over here at Joey's Cafe, where we are up on the cliff top, there's some people sitting out in the sunshine, enjoying the views. And it's downhill. What?
We're going to go to an ad break.
I'm going to go to an ad break now, so just to give me a break.
You don't need one.
We'll see. Oh, here we are. We're on the Python Trail. Still on the Python Trail. And this is, as you can see, more of the field are doing the really smart thing and hiking up that trail. As a coach, I can't emphasise enough how important having a good, strong hike is. And you'll probably see people who hike and then hike, run, and that's a really good strategy for getting up this type of hill. And I did it myself earlier in the year when I was running up and down here 11 times.
Because it can be more efficient for certain individuals to hike sections rather than run.
Yeah,
and then run when they can.
The faster you are overall.
Yes.
So you will try and say, right, you pick, and this one here is a really good example, is where you'd pick a tree. You can see there's some good trees there. You go, I'm going to run to that tree, then I'll hike and count for 10, and then run again. So that's a really good strategy. So a lot of these runners, we're in that part of the field where they're being really smart about it, where they're picking a run, hike, run, and someone's just running past. Maybe they're seeing the camera. That's why they're
Oblivious, that's good.
Yeah. So, that's a really good strategy, and I think I get a lot of my athletes to practice that in training.
Yeah. So some of these front runners, obviously like Aiden, who's running so strongly up the hills, coming off a very fast marathon time. Do you put that down to just overall, fitness level rather than having strength in the hills, so to speak?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would be really interesting to hear. I hope we get to interview him again. He was really good last year and had a good chat with me.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him.
Last year. It'd be really good to chat with him and just to see, how he found it a week after running a marathon.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, he's defending the title, so, that has a bit of a motivation in there. But, So you can see we've still got some people with some really strong runners running up there.
Yeah, grinded it out early on, just running within themselves by the look of things.
The heat is actually coming out of the afternoon now, so it's now 3:30, and I can feel the temperatures dropping, the sun's dropping. You might be able to see it when we come back to us that the sun is well and truly behind us now. It will get cool really quickly as soon as the sun goes down.
Yeah.
Most of these people will be out off the trails by then, but it won't be too hot for them out there now, I think. They will have certainly worked up a sweat going up this Python Trail. But they'll be looking forward to getting to that first checkpoint where the Brisbane Trail runners are looking after all the runners up there on the Mahogany Trail. So, we're still turning this corner, heading up there. There's another strong runner. You can see the field has actually really spaced out a bit now.
Yeah.
As they hit this trail. Do people hiking it? Thumbs up. Thank you. So there is a live tracker. So some of our 30k runners and definitely our elite field will all have a tracker. So if you're wanting to go have a see how they're tracking and have a look at what we're talking about, where they are on the course, you can go to our live tracking. If you go to the brisbanetrailultra.earth website, you will find the live tracking. You may be interested to have a look at where the milers are out on the course and see just how far away they are. They will be, most of them now, be getting close to halfway or over halfway, so around about 80k. Our 110k runners, they should be all past their most point. Is that Nicole? No? One of our other elites?
This is another good example of what we're talking about there.
Yeah,
you got someone who's hiking really strong and someone who's running.
And keeping up with the people that are running,
Pretty
absolutely.
Similar.
Yeah.
In how far they're getting up that hill.
I often teach people to granny run.
Oh, yeah? What does that entail?
And
what does it look like?
I get a terminology I get from Brendan Davies, actually.
Okay.
You get your granny on, which is just it's like a small... I keep running, and that actually feels easier to me.
Yeah.
So it's like your cadence is fairly high, and you take small steps, and it's almost like you're falling uphill.
Mm-hmm.
So you just keep moving. I actually find that easier than hiking. But I mean, each to their own. Some people are really strong hikers. I have a friend, Jo, who we did Trail Walker Melbourne with. She is such a strong hiker.
Yeah.
Fast hiker, as you can see. There's some really strong. I would be running to keep up with her hiking. And same with my friend Susanna, because she's got such long legs.
Yes. Is it an unfair advantage, you think? Or?
Well, no, and I would be just jogging along because I found that easier to keep up with Jo running or hiking.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it was a really, really great team. We had a really, really, really good, strong team there. That Melbourne Trail Walker, we were the first all-female team in, which is pretty awesome. I think we were second over the line.
Wow.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Such amazing day, those long trail events, the team events. Here we go. We've got another really strong female striding up this Python trail. That's not an easy trail to run, I can tell you. Those looking really strong there.
Yeah,
running past the guys.
Not in a skirt, but
yeah.
just as impressive.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. And she's taking a bit of a hike, yeah. I think, do you sometimes try to psych people out when you're doing that? Right, I'm going to run past them.
Yeah.
And then hike, and then they run past. I actually find, some get into a bit of a yo-yo with people.
Yes.
Going up these hills.
Back and forward.
Yeah. I'm going to just check in and see where there's some people with some poles. Yeah, and
a little
poles
wave.
can be really useful on some of these really steep climbs that we have out here.
Are you a poles girl?
I don't actually have poles.
You don't?
I really think I need to get some now I'm getting a bit older.
Now you're getting more of your granny on.
Well, now I'm getting a bit of my granny on. No, I don't actually. I do really want to. I've seriously thought for a while about investing in poles. But the reason why I don't have poles is because I come from a road running and track running background, and really, really don't need a set of poles on a track.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd probably get in a bit of trouble if you took a set of poles onto a track.
Is there a bit of a thing where you kind of feel like they're cheat sticks?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I can see where they would have their advantage, especially in those mountainous types events like the Alpine Challenge, and I have seen them used to great effect on some of the longer ones. So I do know that they can be a real advantage in certainly saving your legs. Certainly over 100 miles. And because I know I've run 100 miles before, but because I'm going to do a trail 100 miles, I'm really seriously thinking about getting some poles. Because when I've run 100 miles before, I've not been out there for more than 20 so hours.
Yes.
So, I'm going to be out there this time, I think, for more than 24.
You're talking track.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, on the track, right?
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I've usually done 24 hours, but yeah. So I'm seriously thinking about getting poles. But, do you have a set of poles?
I did have. They went missing after a Kokoda challenge.
Oh,
actually, they did.
You threw them away?
I don't know if I threw them away or someone stole them, but we'll never know. But definitely of benefit to use them on something like that.
Yeah,
it's a team event, especially up the hills.
I think, they certainly have their place, and we do have some really steep trails up and down where they can be really useful, and a lot of people swear by them. So, probably not in a 30k race, I wouldn't, but some people did there, Well,
it'll be interesting to see as the race progresses, if anybody whips out the wizard sticks.
There was definitely people I know in the 60 and definitely people in the 110, 100 miles who will use them.
Yeah.
So, there's definitely some trails out there. There's another person with a really good, strong hike.
I was literally about to say that. As Mick Thwaites would say, looking strong, walking
and
strong,
really cool
hiking
hat,
strong.
Which you need here in Queensland. Yeah, so I'm just going to check in when I get my computer up. In our women, we have a lot coming back. Let me talk about the women first because I know more about them. So in our field, we do have Simone. She's come up from Victoria, so we heard a bit about what she's done before and what she's come. We've got Sarah, who has already got, I think she's a points leader in the Spartan Trail Championship. We have Monica Holmwood in the field. We've probably seen her, but my apologies, it's really hard to see their numbers and their faces in the shade here, but it's just really good to see them moving well and certainly enjoying the trails out there this afternoon. Monica Holmwood, she was third in 2021 for the Red Bull Climb. Victoria Beck, I believe she's here. She's originally from New Zealand, but she's finished third at UTA 50 in 2018, second at 6 foot in 2018, and she's had some good runs, so I'm expecting her I'm hoping she'll run well here today. Crystal Newman was fourth here last year. She's in the field. Kate McKenzie, she's one of our local talented athletes. She'll be in the mix along with Anna Munro and Talana Woodward, one of our local heroes from the Sunny Coast. She's out there enjoying the trails, no doubt. So in the men, we did see we have Aidan there, and we think taking lead. Are you checking on that for me, Ben?
I was checking on the miler results, but I'll go with that.
Okay. Well, do you want to give us an update on that? So where are they? Let me have a look at the map.
Have a look with me. I'll just zoom that in a bit.
So they're the pink ones. So in the miler, we've also got one of our local guys, Ryan Crawford.
Yeah, Ryan Crawford, correct.
You want to talk a bit about what Ryan's done lately?
Yeah, Ryan's very well known to a lot of people.
He's a White Kenyan.
Just for the
I don't like that term, actually. Let's just call him Ryan.
That's what he goes under on his socials, the White Kenyan. But a very accomplished runner here in southeast Queensland, especially in the last one standing format and 100-mile distance, 200-mile distance. Many great accomplishments, and very well known for going out and really giving it his all as well. So I'm not sure what the game plan is for Ryan today, whether he's really going hard or not. I guess we'll find out very shortly. But so he's one of our really strong contenders from Queensland.
So we've had a few pull out. I know that. I think Nolis, he's not in the field.
Yeah, he didn't start. No.
Yeah. So I know he was going to have a good crack again this year, but obviously, when you know this course, you know how hard it is, and you know when you're in good shape to run it.
And there's a respect there for the course, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, how hard this course is.
Yeah. So obviously he will have some bigger challenges later in the year that I'm sure he will be aiming for. That'll be saving himself for. So shame not to see him. He was actually our winner here in the second year. That was another great run to watch from afar. They finished. That was when the finish line was actually just down below us here at the River Life. And we remember watching them. The race came down to the last 20k. In 100 miles, to have it come down, the lead change in the last 20 is amazing. And on the Kokoda Trail.
Which is pretty brutal, right?
Yeah, it's brutal. These guys don't get to do it because they do the Python Trail.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of they get a bit of a let off here doing the Python Trail instead of Kokoda. From the Gap, there's a couple of ways you can get from the Gap side up and over Mount Coot-tha. So you come up the Python Trail, you can do the Mogul Trail and the Highwood Trail, or you can head across and do Jacksonia, or you can do, it's all these trails, but they're all steep and crazy, and Kokoda is probably the worst of them. So we're checking the miler results there, are we?
I'm trying to. I'm just trying to drive my computer.
So we've got a great field here. How many have we got in the 30k? A couple of hundred, I think, 300 or so. A great field.
Yeah, really, really big field actually.
Especially given, we've just had the Gold Coast Marathon. We've got the Sunny Coast Marathon in 5 weeks. We have so many different trail events that are going on around the place. This is just another great event. Look at the weather. Such a civilised start time. You get to sleep in, have a nice breakfast, light lunch, bit of a trail around in the afternoon, bit of a play around on the trails in the afternoon, and then a few beers here at the finish line. Because don't forget, every competitor can grab a beer
Absolutely.
We'll have to remind them of that later. All right,
Jody, do you want to try and have a look on your...
Yeah, okay.
You're pretty good at driving yours.
Yeah. I am, when I'm not having to talk all the time, Ben.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You love it.
I do. Especially when I'm talking about running. There's another guy. Oh,
Yeah.
he's going the... Woo. What is that sign?
Oh, it's like the rock and roll fingers.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. G'day. So, do you... Okay, all right. So we had Aaron here from La Sportiva wanted to come and ask us something. He didn't realise we were live. We wanted to talk to him, but he's gone, no. Anyway, he was wanting to find out about one of his athletes, or an athlete, a La Sportiva athlete. So they sponsor a few athletes here. And some of our athletes out in the course, I think Hayley Teal is one of them, but she's not running today. She is a great supporter of the race though. She had a great run here in the 110. She comes along to our training camps and helps us out. We have a lot of fun when they're training camps. We get out on the course. We talk all running. It's never hard. We have people of all levels, so we have people to support you out there. We have a good look at the course. It gives you a really good idea of what you're up for. We give you some great tips on running and how to tackle the course, including what we're talking a little bit about here, about hiking and run hike and some strategies for getting through these really tough sections. So yeah, that's something really to look into. Here's some other people really just enjoying their day out, and I think they've seen the camera and they're hiking up this hill. You got the tracker going there, have you?
Well, there's Vlad.
There's Vlad. So Vlad's our number 1129. Looks like where is he on the trail?
Zoom that out a bit for you.
Okay, so he's out on Mount Glorious, kind of in the Northbrook Mountain area, I think. So what's that? That's Branch Creek. Yeah, so it's kind of just north of Lake Manchester, if you know your geography, you know the trails around here. He will be heading back towards... He's doing that big loop out around Mount Glorious. So if you've ever done the Mount Glorious trail race and you've run from Red Cedar up to Mount Glorious, you're on a trail section that he's on now. There's some really good runnable downs out there, which will be really quad pounding. If you've got some good strength in your quads, it'd be good to run. Who else is... Can you tell me where Ryan is, where he's standing in the field? Ryan Crawford. So yeah, they're well and truly over the halfway mark. So his tracker's not showing as moving. That might be just because he's in the gully. Oh, yeah. That quite often happens out there. Like there's actually really good coverage, but if you just dip down into one of those little gullies or little switchback areas, then yeah, the tracker will drop out. That means doesn't mean it's not working. It'll just catch up when he comes back. But he's also... So where was Vlad?
Zoom back out.
I'm really testing.
Yeah, right down.
Oh yeah, so Vlad's really got a commanding lead out there. Yeah. So he's well and truly making his way back to Mount Nebo. So this time they have to head back to Mount Nebo rather than go down to Gold Creek. So this is what's this checkpoint here? If you tap on that, that's an unmanned water stop. I think that's near, this is Township here. What's this one here? So yeah, he's heading towards Township Break.
Okay,
yeah.
Township Break.
So they haven't done that. The 110s will have done that by now, I think. So the 110s are the purple. Oh, you're not showing them, so you've got to select.
Go to all.
100, yeah, go all, yeah. So the 110s do Township, and most of them have been through there, by the looks of that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can see where the 30Ks are, Ben, since you've got the tracker going there. Let's see where our leading male, or maybe it's still, see if Aiden's still leading in that 30k, and we might check in on some of the women. See where Simone, Katie, Mackenzie.
I'll just select.
Go to the 30.
Yep, go to 30.
Okay. And we can, because we're still getting footage here of the Python Trail, which is amazing. I think they're going to move to the Mahogany Trail in a bit, when we've seen more of our trail runners getting up the Python Trail. The great thing about the Mahogany Trail is it's down. They run down that one, and it's quite a good steep runnable down. So where's our lead 30K? There's someone here. 3187. Brody Nankervis, another great runner. Antonio, there's our Antonio Martinez Perez.
Yeah.
So looks like they're grouped together. And there's this one here. Is that Aaron? Aiden? Brody Nankervis.
Yeah.
Who's that one? So they're actually making their way towards that first checkpoint. So it looks like our front runners have made their way across Andes.
Yeah, there's Aiden at the front there by looks of things.
Yeah, so it looks like Aiden's still leading. So Aiden and the Brody Nankervis, and who was that in third place? Antonio, so our Spanish athlete, are within minutes of each other. So they come down to Andes, they do a little turn here, and now Aiden will be making his way. He's just past that roundabout, you know, that roundabout there at the summit?
Mm-hmm.
Just down from the summit lookout, from the lookout.
Yep.
So he'll be now making his way down. So it's a bit of downhill running now towards that checkpoint, that first checkpoint.
So we can find our first female.
Checkpoint 6, yeah. So the front runners are now making their way along the Litchfield track.
There's Sarah.
So Sarah is not far behind. She has now making her way along Andes. There's some people out for a walk on the Python Trail with their dog. Actually, I quite often see people when I'm running around out there on this trail, just out for a walk, and I think that's a crazy hill to just go for a walk on. But anyway, if you live nearby, then
it's their local.
It looks like they had a picnic and they were heading up the trail. Yeah. So our front runners will be coming into that checkpoint 6, and they'll be looked after by Brisbane Trail runners.
Yeah, I was up at the checkpoint this morning.
So who do a great job every year. Thank you, Brisbane Trail runners, for the work you do out there at checkpoint 6.
They were. Checkpoint 6, they are very well set up there.
Yeah,
Red Bull playing
because
DJ.
Because they're there all night.
Yeah.
They are the last checkpoint to pack up tomorrow.
Wow.
Because they have this. Sorry. There they go. There we were seeing they're going down the Mahogany Trail. Yep, heading towards the checkpoint. So we've got Aiden, and very close behind, I think that was Brody Nankervis, or was it Antonio?
It looked like Antonio.
Yeah, fantastic. So we're going to see footage now. They're coming down from the summit. So they've actually passed the highest point of the course, I believe.
Some great footage. Great footage we're getting from the guys from Element.
That might be a 60k runner with his high vis vest on. Yeah. Or maybe one of our tail runners. Here comes someone else. We might see Sarah coming through there. Look at them flying down there. That is a nice steep down. It's quite a runnable piece of trail, as you can see there. Oh, we're getting a bit there with the camera. That's not me. I'm just on the microphone here at the finish line. That's our cameraman out on the trail there, bringing us some amazing footage from the trail.
Yeah. Shout out to Element, all the guys putting through the live stream together for us. Out on course.
I think we have something's going on at the cafe across the road.
I don't think it was a runner coming through. I think it was more like happy hour.
I feel like I feel like I need a beer right now. It must be beer o'clock, is it? Almost 4 o'clock.
Somewhere. Not just yet. You've got work to do.
Okay, so it looks like Aiden would be, and all our front runners, because they were together. The trackers can be deceiving because obviously they're relying on the GPS signal.
That's right.
They were close together, so it's going to be another great fight. I reckon it's going to be really interesting to see who gets through that Red Bull climb, because they've got a little bit of down after that checkpoint. They'll fly through that checkpoint. I don't think they'll spend much time in that checkpoint.
Yep.
They'll probably go over the mat and go out again quite quickly. They've got a little bit more downhill running, and it is like you see here. It's pretty much, they'll be going full pelt down, and then they hit a uphill, the Red Bull climb. and it's a bit rocky in places. It's a bit undulating, but it's pretty much up for 1.8k.
Do you still think they'll be running those hills at that point?
I reckon Aaron knows what he's got ahead of him. I'm not
Yeah.
sure about Brody. I think Brody's done this event. He's been running. He would have run around here a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Antonio won't know what he's up for, but I'm sure he's a.
I'm sure he's done his homework though.
Yeah, maybe. I hope so.
Yeah, make it famous.
Yeah. So and of course Sarah, she's a mountain runner, so
Yeah.
I expect her to be really strong through there. And it doesn't look like we got to see where our next place female is.
Let's see if we have a look.
Be interesting to see because Cecilia set the course record here last year. The course record for the 30k. I wrote this down. I haven't got that piece of paper. I don't have it on me.
So according to the tracker, we've got Sarah out in front, and then Simone Brick.
Oh, right, Simone. She's
And
having a
then
great Katie McKenzie.
Katie McKenzie, yeah.
So some quality runners there. And
Yeah.
I think anyone can still take that one
Yeah,
out.
Deborah Kabor right
I don't
behind.
know how Sarah being coming. She doesn't know what's ahead of her.
Yeah.
And there's certainly some rocky. I think being a mountain runner, and coming from Europe, she'll be okay on that rocky section that goes from the Red Bull climb, the top of the Red Bull climb, to the Colgan circuit. So we've just in the 60k, we've just had our female runner come across the line, Carol Robertson. I'm not sure where she's placed, but Carol's been here every year.
Yeah, wow.
Great to see her back again. She just done an amazing time in the marathon, just at Noosa Marathon. I think she ran close to 3 hours.
Wow.
So again, another quality runner who can mix it up on the trails as well. And to give you a bit of background, Carol did the 60k here the first year, 2019, finished second. She came back in 2020, ran the 110k, and she's done 100, so she's not new to the distances. Finished second. Last year she decided to take on the miler, and it was her first miler.
First 100 miler, yeah.
Yeah, she hadn't done anything over 100k or 110, and finished fourth.
Wow.
She was so sick at the end. She was really hoarse. I remember she limped in, but still has a strong run. Yeah. I believe she was going to do the 100, but she's dropped to the 60, and I think because she's focusing on comrades later this year. We've got another female runner, so I think maybe Carol picked her off. I'm not sure. And had a really strong runner, had a really strong finish. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, so we're seeing our 60k runners come in. Some of these guys will have been out there since 6 a.m. But the faster runners, they will have been coming in. They would have started at 8 a.m. So we had 2 starts with this one. Those you could choose. The faster runners, they could choose whether they did the 8 a.m. or 6 a.m. start. I'm going to go to, my password is incorrect. So yeah, just came back to Carol. So Carol's come back here. I'll find out where she came, but yeah, great supporter of the event, and she always does so well. So to run strong over all those distances.
All those different, distances.
And also on the road.
Yeah.
Her marathon's around 3 hours. That's a fantastic time for her. And I can't wait to see how she goes at Comrades. I want to have a chat to her about her Comrades a bit later if I get a break.
When is Comrades?
Comrades is usually this time of year, but they've moved it to September, I believe. Someone can correct me if they like. I don't have
That's what the Facebook Live is for. They can just get on there and say whatever they want. Go for it.
Right, so we're back on the trail. I think
Smiles.
we're back on the Mahogany Trail. So this is a trail that takes you from JC Slaughterfalls picnic area up to the summit, but they run down this one, so you should see them really making the most of that down. Do we know where Tom Remelo is in the field?
No, I'm just going to have a look.
So yeah, you can see them flying down there. Well, you know, that's a good time to make use of the downhill. And like here we are, we have some locals. And the locals love it out there. Yeah, you're so close. You are so close to suburbia. We are really lucky to have these trails so close to suburbia. You know, I live in Brisbane. This is a 30 minutes from me. It's amazing to be able to just drive and then spend half a day, and sometimes I do. I spend half my day out running on the trails, and then I come home, you know, drive home, 20-minute drive home, 20 to 30-minute drive home, and I'm, showering back to civilization and flaked out for the rest of the day on the couch because I've really challenged myself on the trails out there. Yeah, so we are really lucky here in Brisbane to be, you know, and be able to step into the wilderness so quickly. There's some beautiful waterfalls. I believe, I haven't checked it out, but I would believe that the Simpson Falls would be flowing now. So those they will be going across that little bridge there where the Simpson Falls are. Since the dams are spilling, there will definitely be water flowing through there. Ben's struggling with the technology.
Yeah, just a little bit.
To get an internet connection. I'm trying to connect to the local cafe. The beauties of being, we've got the sun setting behind us now, so we'll be a bit glary here. But yeah, you can see got our front running women now coming down the Mahogany Trail. I just can't pick out who they are. I think that was Simone. So yeah, still looking strong there. They would have done probably about 8 to 10k by now. A couple of walkers enjoying their afternoon walk. As you can see, it is still quite cool here in Brisbane. If you need a jacket to go for a walk up a hill, I can tell that the temperature is starting to drop, but they'll be moving well. So
how much longer do you want me in this spot?
But it will get really cold for those guys out at Mount Glorious, around Mount Nebo out there, because once you've been out on the move all day like they've now been out there. Those that started at midnight, of course, have been going now for over 12 hours. But those that started at 5 a.m. and 5:30 have definitely been going for almost 12 hours now. So they'll be running and hiking and walking and moving quite well, hopefully. But as the temperature drops, they will start to really feel the cold out there. What I find amazing, and do you find this, Ben, is you quite often when you're running, you'll find through pockets of warmth.
Yeah, warm air. It's either refreshing or concerning.
Yeah, it's really strange. Well,
just give me a yell
you
when
get
you
cool
want me to move
pockets too in summer, but in winter, there's a warm pocket of air. Isn't it crazy how the temperature can change in
sit there in that area.
Yeah. We got some walkers on the Mahogany Trail.
Hang on. Yep. They seem to want me to stick around here still.
To put the right password in. Does anyone else have
being told they've got about 18 minutes before they
Never.
No one would ever have that issue.
I think there's just some walkers, and we got a runner coming through, one of our female athletes in the leading in the 30k, coming down the Mahogany Trail. So this is before the checkpoint. You'll probably see most people will be running down here. Oh, there's someone out for their run up the trail.
Not in the race.
No. A lot of my runs start with a run up this trail.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start. We use a very, very popular place to start is the JC Slaughter Falls picnic area. It's also a very, very popular picnic area. Often when we finish our runs, people will be setting up there for a picnic. We start them there because there's a toilet box, so totally essential. Plenty of parking. And we head up this trail and head off around Mount Cootha. Sometimes we head out around Enoggera if we want to make it long. A lot of the time we head out towards the Gap Creek Road and do what we call Hills of Hell, which really aren't that hard. But they might feel hard after you've run 100k. 120 I think they've run by the time they get back there. Are we looking at there? So I reckon, Aiden and done the Red Bull climb. Brody's, and it looks like he's pulled ahead, but it's hard to know from the tracker. And on the Red Bull climb now is Sarah. So Sarah's our first female to take on the Red Bull climb. Simone's not far behind her, so she's made it down the Mahogany Trail. They've passed very quickly through that checkpoint. You can see the checkpoint's about there. About there. And on the screen there. You can see most of the climbing, that's that big climb at the start there, that profile, that's the Python track. So you can see what it's like. That little hump there, that's Andy's. Where you sort of do an up and down in the middle. And then you head down, 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 down before you get that Red Bull climb right there in the middle. So that little sharper up in the middle there is the Red Bull climb. And then you head over and do the Colgan circuit and do a little dip there down into the Colgan Barden area, or the Barden section that we call when we do the trails.
I've got incoming.
So there's no more checkpoints. It'll be really good to take an idea of... Sarah's got a commanding lead. I think she's... Cecilia's course record might be on a threat here. I'm just going to look that up for you. I'm sure it's on the Brisbane Trail Ultra page. We've got the Red Bull DJ doing his thing over here. It's always good to have that music throughout the day.
Great atmosphere here at the finish line, that's for sure.
Okay, I want results. So yeah, you can see them running because it's downhill. This guy's happy. He's running some downhill. Yoo-hoo! Results. So let's have a look. We're just scrolling down to we're running down the...
Hello.
So yeah, the course record, Aiden does have the course record for the 30.
Yep.
Which was 2 hours, 51 seconds. Amazing. And Tom Brimelow, he's in this race, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we saw Tom at the start. So he finished third last year in 2:10. So Brody Nankervis, okay, so he was fourth last year, so he knows this course well too. He finished 2:12. Fifth last year was Vagin Armstrong in 2:13. I didn't see Vagins in the mix there. For the women, so the course record is held by Cecilia Mattis, 2:39. Of course, Cecilia won UTA.
Yes.
Well, she's the current UTA champion. Unfortunately, she's not going to be back to
defend her title.
To defend her title at UTA 100 this year because she's doing CCC. So she's being very smart about her races that she targets.
Yep.
So she's do CCC and then Cape Town, Ultra Trail Cape Town. So yeah. So yeah, there we go. Another guy flying down the Mahogany Trail there over in Mount Cootha. So this is just down from the summit. So it's amazing how popular that's the summit lookout. So this is actually, I think, well, we've switched.
Yeah.
I'll just try and work out where that trail section was. There's one of our Brisbane Trail runners.
Yes.
Very distinctive, the red and yellow.
Yep.
So they'll be excited to be running into checkpoint 6. They're heading towards the Brisbane Trail runners. They'll get a really warm welcome.
Reception,
yeah, when they run into that checkpoint there. I remember when I ran in there when I did the 60 in 2019. Yeah. It was like coming home. It's like, oh, Jeannie, I got hugs and how you going? And I went, oh, I'm really hungry. What's for dinner? And they said, oh, we got soup, we got noodles. So they had a whole smorgasbord of their stuff there. They were really, really good, yeah.
Awesome.
But I was like, no, I want to get to the finish line. Get me out of here. So, yeah, took my hugs and, got out of there.
Filled with hugs and back out.
They really look after you. It's a really good, just a real social, it's just a really way of connecting with fellow trail runners.
Yeah.
And they do a really good job of looking after their mates out there on the trails. So, yeah, they're really, really good. That's how I got to know, how I made all my connections when I first moved to Brisbane. It was through Brisbane Trail Runners.
Yeah.
I've now moved on to other running groups and friends, and I have the friends that I run with. But it was really with the Brisbane Trail Runners that I really made those first connections. And, my running mates now, who I enjoy, I can run with, for whatever reason. But, yeah.
Hello.
So, yeah. Yeah, so we got someone coming up the stairs here. We got some footage now from the stair climb. So this will be a 60k runner coming up the stairs to the finish line, and we're having our 60k runners trickling over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we got some. They've got to come up the stairs behind us. So just to our right, there's some stairs. We can see the finish line there. Some runners coming down. We have our finish precinct runner, Maura, standing right in the way of a
She's
runner.
taking care of business, as she does so well.
Yeah. I don't think she realises there's a runner coming.
She will in a second.
There she goes.
That's
yeah,
great.
yeah. So yeah, we've got our 60k runner, another 60k runner. They'll start to trickle in. Our 50k, our 30k runner. So Aiden's set the record at 2 hours, right? So he's leading now. That gives him an hour to cover to get back here.
Oh my goodness, that
I
gives you
know.
some kind of perspective and
Yeah.
yardstick. Incredible.
So we know most of the climbing is now done. You've seen the course profile. We showed that at you a few times, and yeah, it is pretty much downhill.
Yeah, I was about to say. So really, it's kind of downhill from here with a couple of
there's a bit of technical
pitches.
running when they get across. Oh, look at them flying down there. Yeah, it's a great little trail to run. I love it. Especially, and it's nice actually finishing. The reason why we start and finish our runs at Slaughter Falls is you get to run downhill.
It's always a nice way to finish,
yeah.
right?
And so, yeah, it's a really good way to test how hard you've run to see how. And some people will just, flog it down this run. Yeah. So here we go. We've got some people coming up the stairs. So these people have done 60k.
Still smiling.
Yeah, and I haven't counted the stairs. We might have to go and count how
Do a
many
recce?
stairs. Yeah.
I'll let you do
See
that.
how
I can go. No, I can do it. I'll just go
I can
via
see you've got
Joey's
your running
next door.
shoes on.
I might be a little bit longer
Will
than
you,
planned.
yeah, and bring back a beer.
Oh.
It's beer o'clock, surely. Yeah. So they're really steep, short, sharp stairs, and they're actually quite a bit scarier going down them actually because they're so skinny and steep. But they're really popular with PTs.
Yeah.
I don't know, like there's some stairs, so you'll often see people doing reps of them, and
It's like that on the Gold Coast, on the coast.
hectic. Yeah, it can get quite hectic in the morning. I avoid them. I'd much rather, and I spend a lot of my time running around, and I run along here a lot, and around here, and actually across the river here is you can't see. Oh yeah, you can see one of our city cats ferries going up the river. I run through these. The sun's shining. It's really hard to see, but the gardens are behind me. So I quite often run around the gardens. I'll run from home.
Where's
about
home?
7k from here. And see this path here. So my run will take me along here, over the bridges and around and back home again. I think these are just some tourists making their way up these really steep stairs.
If they'll give us a wave for the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
We have a runner coming in for the 60k. All right, let me get up the... I've just got a message here. It's from New Zealand. I don't know who's calling me from New Zealand. Yeah, so me and my fellow River City runners, we can't believe how lucky we are to have all these running paths that connect all around the river. And out to UQ, out to Indooroopilly, just amazing. And plus, we're the trails. I spent a lot of time running around the Toohey Forest, the trails out there. In fact, I ran there this morning.
Did you really?
Yes. And 2 weeks ago, would you believe, we were running along, and it was a bit dark because we started at 6. And I could hear a koala growling. I know, how cool is that?
I've only ever heard that one time, and I didn't even know what it was.
Really? It is scary, isn't it?
I thought it was like a feral pig. It was actually, this is funny. I think it's a funny story.
Yeah.
I was running with a few friends in Nerang State Forest.
Yeah.
And we heard this sound, and I immediately panicked and picked up a big stick because I thought it was a feral pig or something. And then I was suddenly alerted to the fact that it was a koala up in the tree. So I felt a little bit silly that I was trying to defend myself from a cuddly koala.
Well, a drop bear, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, the first time I heard, I was running at night. So my girlfriends and I, we love to do night runs. So we just get headlamps and we go out on the trails at night. Do you do much running at night?
I have done,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I'm just thinking about doing my version of a koala, you know.
Anyway, yeah, and we were running around. Yeah. We were running around the Toohey Forest near Mount Gravatt, and I could hear this. And I was running a little bit ahead, and I could hear this growling, and I thought it was like a trail bike. It sounds a bit like a trail bike in the distance. So I stopped. You know, I was like, "What was that? Like, where is this bike?
Which way is it coming from?
Yeah." And then we look up with our headlamps and we can see their eyes in the trees. Yeah, it's just amazing. It was a koala growling. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's amazing to hear. And we see them. We're coming into breeding season, so we'll start to hopefully see.
Are we just?
Yes.
You're a wealth of knowledge, Jodie.
I am the person with all the useful and useless facts.
That's great.
You guys are doing well too.
If only I can get my computer to work. Oh, we have another happy 60k runner
Very
finishing
happy.
there.
Saw her coming up the stairs a moment ago.
Enjoying their run.
Yeah.
You know, it is a pretty magic spot to finish your run.
Yeah.
When you've seen where we are.
I didn't.
The outlook.
Yeah, I didn't actually realise that the finish was right here.
Yeah,
it's
I
just
know.
spectacular up on top of Kangaroo Point.
It's going to be a bit colder when the sun goes down. I think I'm going to need to take. Can we go to an ad? Because I'm going to go get a drink. I'm getting a bit hoarse.
Get a bit parched. We will be back.
So yeah, we will be back. We'll be back with an update of where the 30k runners are. Okay, I am live. Okay. Oh, so they're coming across the Simpson Falls here. This is a little bridge. They've come up the Red Bull Climb. They've come across the Powerful Owl Trail to this little area. This is the Simpson Falls. I can't see there. I'm pretty sure the Simpson Falls, there will be water coming over those falls. It might be a bit of a trickle. But yeah, this is you get a really great view of the city from that little footbridge there. So it's a great place to visit. You can see how well the course is marked. We've got some pink flagging there to direct them up this trail. This trail's just been redone, so won't be as rocky and technical as it used to be. But yeah, if you're looking down here, you can see there's some people out there checking out the falls. We're going to head down. And quite often when we run up here, we'll stop here and get a photo.
Yep, popular
Especially
spot.
when the falls are running, yeah, because the dams are swelling, the water's coming out of the Enoggera Reservoir. It'll be coming down that Enoggera Creek. You can see you can get down there to the water. You can see, yeah, it's a bit of a trickle, but it is actually coming over those falls. I've seen it really, we want to see how... Oh, hi, Cheryl. Cheryl Martin down in Tassie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've met
Hey,
Cheryl
Cheryl.
over in Margaret River. Had the Margaret River Ultra a few years ago. I think she's a good mate of Kelly Emerson and Tegan Angel. Kelly and Tegan are great supporters of this event, but unfortunately, not unfortunately, Kelly holds our course record here for the 110K. She came and ran the 110K in the first year, but she's just had her second baby. So yeah, congratulations to Tegan and Kelly if you're watching. and hide a shell down there in Tassie. We'll check on Drew for you in the miler when Ben sorted out his technical issues over here. But you can see some people there on that little bridge there cheering the runners through over the falls. So yeah, they've come across there. You see where they've just to the views of the city from that bridge. They head up these little stairs. So this is probably the last. Well, there's a bit of up. Still a few more little ups in this race. We don't let you get away with it easy. But yeah, I've seen water really gushing over there after we've had some great rain. They're often dry. Yeah, here we are, we're back at the cliffs with some people coming up there, struggling up those steep stairs to come and see us right up here at get back to the falls. So yeah, the runners will be really coming through there now. I'm going to look it up on my phone. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Do you know where our front runners are?
Yeah, I got it hit right here.
They would have come across there. They would be probably hitting the streets by now.
They're almost about to hit the streets.
So they've done that Colgan circuit. They do a little loop around over in Brisbane. They head out into the road. We've got a dictionary there.
Yeah, I know.
They head on a few roads. There's a short, sharp run up a short street. This one here. And back onto some trails. You think, oh, not quite done with trails yet. You get a nice little trail there in the suburbs.
So still Aiden Hobbs.
Yeah, Aiden's still leading the 30K.
Antonio.
And Sarah's keeping them honest. I think she's down here.
Yeah.
Yes, such a strong run. Oh, I think
put in the tracker.
Record.
Brody and Antonio could be very close together.
Right. Okay.
Just the way the tracker's showing.
Cool. Well, Brody will know it.
Yeah.
You know, so
he'll know where he is,
see
right?
How Aiden's legs hold up. It's going to be really cool. Is there a helicopter? Oh yeah, so there's a helicopter coming into land. It's not tracking the race, unfortunately. This race is not that high profile yet. But yeah, there's a helicopter coming around. I think because we're not far from the Mater Hospital here. Or it could be there's a boat. There's a boat in the river. Oh, okay.
There
so
we go.
We've got a timing update. That can't be right. Total time 2 hours. Yeah, we're looking at something that's not quite right. That's probably estimated, is it? Yeah, that's an estimated time. But Aiden is leading running out the head with Antonio at this point. Just goes to show the quality of runners we have in Brisbane. If we've got Aiden really challenging the likes of Antonio here. Yeah, I'm just going to see what's going on in the river there.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that.
There's a boat. Something with a boat. Yeah.
Still ahead. According to the track, it's just moved along there.
Yeah.
Ahead of Antonio.
So he's got a bit of a downhill road there.
Yeah.
It's come off the Colgan circuit. Yeah. Through the streets, as you can see. So you sort of pop out into some little streets, bit of trail, and then this is up here. You get down into making your way through the city.
Through Brisbane.
So the trails are almost, it'll be see who's got those road running legs or that push to the finish. There's someone really happy coming up those stairs because they know the finish line's so close. Here we go, one of our leading females coming up the stairs at Simpson Falls.
Another finisher here.
The 60K finisher. So yeah, that's them. Yeah, there's a well marked there. See the arrow that points you as you come up those stairs to the left, and then you head up that trail towards the Maculata Trail, I think it's called.
It's a nice name.
Yeah, see, another useless fact I know.
No, I love it.
People know it's that trail that heads up to the road from the Simpson Falls. Okay, so the footage you're seeing now is on the other side. So before we were showing you this side of the other side of the falls. Looking now, you'll see the city through the gap there in the trees. Can't see it because the sun's setting, obviously, but they've come down this. You can see how rocky this trail is. Thanks, Nolas. Thanks for your comments there. You can see how rocky. This is just an idea of how rocky this trail gets from here on in, and it's been a little bit technical and challenging like that since they left the powerful Owl Trail. Mm-hmm. So they would have had to pick their way through there. It's a little bit of downhill, so you can see there's some great technical running through there before they head across those falls there. Yeah, you'll see it's a really popular place for people to hike. There's a picnic area, the Simpson Falls picnic area, which is just down from here, which a lot of people will I highly recommend going and hiking up there. Because you do get a great outlook of the city from this little lookout here. We might get to see that. You can see another runner coming down there. Little tight turn, bit rocky, stepping down. Yeah, happy to be here. Bit of relief for the legs, you can just look out. Yeah, he had a bit of a glance at the city there as he had the view of the city as he made his way across that bridge. Yeah, you get great sunrises from here. Of the city because the sun rises from that way. Yeah, and you can see lots of people there cheering on the runners as they come through. So we're 1 hour 23 into the race now since the start. These guys of course would have started a few minutes afterwards. Its sun is starting to set. It won't set yet. It's getting a bit sunny here. Getting the sun on our backs. So the course record for the men is 2 hours, just over seconds, a few seconds over 2 hours. So I'd say Aiden and Antonio are on track to come in close to that. So yeah, they've got 36 minutes.
Yeah.
The women's course record is 39? Yeah, so that might go too, I think, tonight. What amazing to have some really, really talented runners. So we're looking here at the Lace Monitor track. This is, I'm just trying to work out where this is.
I'm trying to read Where is that?
It's a section I don't know that well. I better run it. I don't think there's too many trails up there I haven't run.
Surprises me,
definitely. And it's always fun when we find a new one or a little bit of single track that we didn't know was there, or they build a new trail, and there's certainly...
Or you link something up that you haven't linked up before.
Yes.
That's the favourite.
And when it's wet, we try to be... We're really courteous of mountain bikers because there's some tracks that are mountain bike track only tracks. But when it's wet, they're not allowed on the tracks, and we figure because we know because as runners we're a little bit more gentle on them. So when it's wet, we really take advantage of using those mountain bike trails. But definitely we always give way to mountain bikers.
Yeah.
We definitely give them the respect they deserve for their trails, and they don't get to run on or to use all of our trails. So yeah, we very much share the trails, I'd like to think. I like to give mountain bikers a bit of a hard time.
Me too. I like to, especially going up the hills, passing a mountain biker. It's always fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We love
just
mountain
found
bikers.
That a text of mountain bikers.
Yeah. The team from Element, they're mountain bikers. Whoops.
I get a lot of respect from mountain bikers when I'm running up. Yeah, I get a lot of respect.
I own a mountain bike. Does that count?
I do get a lot of respect from mountain. Oh, there's Susan McGee crossing the line in the 60K. Well done, Susan. I was, when Susan was fairly new to trail running, I was one of the few people I had the pleasure of running trails with, her and Sylvia, which went out and explored out around Noggara from Highwood Road, all trails that they've been out on there today. I get a lot of respect from mountain bikers. They always say, "Oh, you're doing really well." I'm amazed that they seem to get off their bike and still sit down. I said, "You got off your bike, but you're still sitting. What's going on?" Yeah. All good. All right, so where are our leaders now? I think they've hit the roads. So it's downhill running from there, and it looks like we've still got Aaron Antonio in the mix there out in the lead.
Oh, it's just changed again.
The tracker jumps.
The tracker's jumped.
If you're following along at home,
it's showing that Antonio is out in the front, but we want to see once it updates if that's the case or whether Aiden's still out in front.
Yeah, I think we had this last year with Aiden and Ben. We really did not know until they came up the stairs here as to...
Makes it more exciting for us as well, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. We actually didn't know who was really in the lead, because the trackers, they fall down in your pack or... they just move or something, or if you go into behind a building or something,
it just takes a moment for it to update or a few moments. So
here we go. We're showing. So see all those. Work. The blue dots are our 30kers. Yeah. Yep. So there's Antonio. He's out. Looks like he's out in the lead. You can see all of our 60k runners. They're all moving quite well. So some of them have been out there since 6 a.m. So they've been out there all day.
Yeah.
Some have been out there since 8 a.m. Actually, I'd really love to know where my mate is. 725, I think her number is. Brody's in the mix there. So it'd be really quite exciting. I always do find it exciting when you get those front runners coming past you in an event.
So 3192, Sarah. She's still first female as far as we can see on the tracking. She's about to make her way out onto the streets.
So if you know Brisbane, you can see there's a Legacy Way tunnel, which they go over the top of. That pops you out onto the ICB. That gets you through the city. You can get onto that, the Western Freeway goes into that tunnel and you pop out. If you go into the airport, that's a quick way to getting from Kenmore.
So, it's just updated and does definitely show that Aiden is still out in front.
Okay, right.
Basically on the corner there of Jubilee and down at Barden. So
this is in the Barden. This is Lace Monitor Trail. Again, showing people enjoying their hike.
Yep.
Hands on their hips. Out of there.
What kind of time are we looking from where we believe Aiden is till finish line, would you say?
So he's about to get onto Latrobe Terrace. So that's not far. And if he's running between 4:30 and 5-minute Ks, which he might, I reckon he would be running now.
Potentially even faster because it's flattened out and
it's downhill.
His legs are good.
Yeah.
Which we don't know after last weekend, do we? Very interesting to see.
So he's got 30 minutes. Yeah, be close, I think. Yeah. And we can see some happy the kids coming in here and running across the finish line through the Red Bull Arch. Yeah, the sun's starting to go. Ben's just put his jacket on.
Yeah, I just put my jacket on.
It's getting cool. These coasters, they can't handle the Brisbane cold.
You're from the Gold Coast, aren't you? Yeah. Yes, I am.
So we got Sarah still in the front. Do we know who's challenging, who's coming in that second and third position?
Yeah, let me have a look.
So I'd say Sarah's on track for that Cecilia's 2:39 course record.
So it's just shifted again. So Sarah Alonso Martin is out there in the front, and then Simone Brick.
Ah, okay. So it looks like Simone, who's come up from Victoria for this event. We saw her interviewed a bit earlier today before the race started.
And then it appears like Anna Munro.
And Anna knows this course. She's run this event here before, so she's no stranger to the podium. She was first up the Red Bull climb in 2021. I'd love to... We don't have the results of those yet, the Red Bull climb, but we'll definitely have them on later in the day. We'll report them to you.
So back out to the males.
So we got some tourists here enjoying the stairs.
Yeah.
And look at that, the beautiful Brisbane city.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
The Botanic Gardens there, and I was talking about how I run a lot around those gardens.
So
through the gardens, around the gardens.
Looks like Aiden Hobbs is moving out onto Latrobe Terrace.
Yeah. So they'll have the police there. Well, they tend to have the police there because there are traffic. They have to cross a road, and there's traffic lights which could play could work to your advantage or not in this event.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so because they actually have to obey road rules and traffic lights and pedestrian crossings, a couple of seconds here can make a difference. So yeah, it'll be interesting
Makes all
to
the
see.
difference at this point.
Yeah. We'd love to hear your comments.
Yeah, jump on there, jump on and
We do get them
post
popping up.
some comments, ask some questions. Yeah, we want to hear from you guys.
I still haven't heard about Andes. Who loves Andes?
We want some love.
Who's done Township Break?
Yeah.
And gone back and done it again happily?
And who likes cucumber sandwiches?
And who's done Taylor's Break? Who's got down Township Break without going over?
On the bottom.
Yeah.
On the derriere.
And who said, I'm never doing Township Break again, and then did actually go back and do it? Kudos to you. I did say that my first time. I'm not doing that again. I've done it a few more times now. There's another really gnarly one we found out there called Edge Break. Edge Break.
Mm-hmm.
We're living on the edge that day. It was one of those days. It's so steep, right? My shoulders were sore because I'm not running down it. I'm easing down. I know,
Well, you're
right?
holding yourself.
I'm holding myself
Yeah.
down. Yeah, I'm actually easing my way down this really steep bit of the edge of a mountain, really. It's out near Northbrook Mountain.
Okay.
They were burning off there. We had a bit of smoke around a week or so ago because they were doing some burning out there because everything's really, really overgrown.
More happy 60k finishes coming in. So yeah, once again with the tracking as it updates, trying to see if indeed Aiden is still in the lead, and it's just updated. It looks like he is. So for a moment there, it appeared like Antonio was moved ahead, but if this is correct, and again it keeps updating, it looks to me like Antonio is not that far behind him. So
you're hiding in the corner there.
I'm getting close to the mic and still using my fingers for the laptop. Can't do everything at once, like you.
Music going. Someone's checking the generator. That's good. We had the arch just before the first finisher come through. The generator that's keeping the arch up that went off because it ran out of fuel.
It's always a hard starter.
Yeah. So we had to top that up. Thankfully, someone's checking that now for us, so that's great.
Yeah.
Big shout out to all those people out there looking after checkpoints. Without you, you make our runners' days.
Absolutely.
So big shout out if you're out there. Although also to all those people who mark the course.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a situation I did see earlier that someone had demarked the course for us
Yes,
before
I did hear
the race.
that.
They think that, I don't know why, they feel like they need to take down the markings.
Yeah.
But because we're really good, we have people who forerun it, so they check the markings are in place. We and there's a lot of Ks out there to mark. So fortunately we have a really great team of people who are always really happy to go
there's a
out
lot of great volunteers doing lots of roles. And, I saw those guys come into Checkpoint 6, had forerun a big smile on their face and made sure the course was fantastic. Everything's good.
Everything's marked. None of the markers are taken down. Everything's okay. So we have a great team who mark the course. We have there's an amazing team of sweepers who are out there following along behind the last runner, and they'll be taking down the markings. So, we try to leave no trace that we've been here, but also trying to make it looks like there's a happy runner giving a thumbs up in a way as she comes up that to the Lace Monitor Trail. Yes, that way.
That's it.
Asking if you go the right way. Very good.
Never hurts to double check, right?
Yes, absolutely. You can see the course marking there on the tree. And, and another one a little bit further down. I always say you should know the course, but if you go off course, you're an idiot.
Yeah, it's very reassuring when you see those markings straight away.
Because those courses are, so well marked.
Yes.
You always got to look. You got to have your wits about you. I know that's hard when you're running 100 miles.
But there was discussion again this morning before the start. A couple of runners who had done the event previously, and that was one of the comments was that the course is perfectly marked, no issues getting lost, etc.
So we got a helicopter in the background here. Not sure what's going on. So usually there's a lot of stuff going on in South Bank. Then we'll get the helicopters out looking around. So that is hovering over the city. Yeah, go on.
Where we are tracking Aiden and Antonio, and it looks to me like they're pretty close.
Yeah, wow.
Coming, this final, probably 20 minutes.
And then the tracker jumps.
And then it does jump, and we second guess what we've just said. But it's all fun. And it's jumped again. And it does looks like they're very close.
Yeah. Okay. So the course has deviated a little bit because normally we have the joy of coming through Suncorp, running past Suncorp Stadium, which quite iconic. So coming down here and running through Suncorp, but because there's rugby on this weekend apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a big rugby match on down. So we've had to divert it. It makes no difference. It makes the course no faster or slower. It just means we've got to take another road down. And it's still downhill and road and footpath. So they'll be hitting the river soon. Why are they putting up? They'll be hitting the river soon, and then they'll be able to see each other. They'll probably see each other now, actually. But they'll have the finish line in sight.
Know where each other are?
Yeah, it'll be a real race. Got a real race on hand. Again, exciting. Right. Okay, so we've got a message. Oh, okay.
Oh, awesome work.
Yeah. All right. So the reason why we're seeing, because they're moving pretty fast.
Yeah.
Of those front 30K runners, they're moving pretty fast. As you can see, that one was at Aiden. It just skipped along a bit. The timing was having trouble keeping up. So the timing guys have actually made it 30 seconds. So it's updating every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So that's why they appear to be jumping across. And you can cover a fair bit of ground in 30 seconds. I mean,
So hopefully we've got a better idea now of exactly where the guys are as they make their way here to Kangaroo Point.
I can do, over 100 metres in 30 seconds, I hope.
I'm just doing the math here.
We're not going to have a time trial here for 30 seconds, time trial. But if you're running up a hill, 30 seconds is a long time.
Especially if you're doing 30-second intervals.
Yeah, that's what I do. I quite often set my athletes timed intervals.
Yeah.
So you've just got to keep running up a hill until the beat tells you you've done in 30 seconds or a minute.
Yeah.
And then I say to them, right, now you've got to get to the same place every time. And they're like, oh my gosh.
Yes. Brutal.
And they do it. Most of the time. Yeah. Fantastic. Okay. So as you see, the sun's set. Well, the sun's behind the buildings. So
glorious.
Yeah. So I want to really get this working. I might just... So we think we got 20 minutes till we expect our first 30K runner in. So we've got Shona now here helping out at the finish line with her partner Adam.
Our race
welcoming
director,
the runner, welcoming the runners. You probably recognise her from the interviews earlier today. So she's been out there at the starts.
She hadn't stopped since days earlier. And I think she's had a little bit of sleep, if you could call it that.
Yeah. So there's a really good shot of our trail markers there. So very obvious, that very obvious markings on the course, and you can just see the next one. So there's always the next one you can see down the trail, and it's always comforting when you've just turned a corner to be able to see one. And course markers know what they're doing. They know that they try to put it at eye level. They try to put it, a lot more just after you've turned a corner.
Try to think like a runner thinks when they're moving faster than you're marking a course.
So, good course markers do that, and we have good course markers.
Yes.
Because they're all experienced trail runners. They're all people who, race and run these trails, so they know the area. So we got a finisher coming in the 60. We're just trying to get our tracking sorted here on the computers, but I'm having trouble logging in. I don't know whether it's me because I'm keep getting talking too much. I could really do with beer. I'm very disappointed I can't. There's no bar here. But that's okay. Because all we know, all trail runners like a beer, don't they, Ben?
I would say most.
Most, okay. My password's incorrect. That's rubbish. So we're taking a bit of a break now? Yeah, we'll take a bit of a break before we come back for the men's front runners.
Welcome to the 2022 Brisbane Trail Ultra. Over the course of the weekend, we'll see runners participate, compete and push themselves to reach the finish line across multiple distances and some incredible terrain in the heart of Queensland's capital city. At the Brisbane Trail Ultra, points are on the line as part of the Spartan Trail World Championship event, with the 30-kilometre challenge and the 100-mile ultra being fiercely competed throughout the weekend. Follow along as we celebrate, support and enjoy the athleticism on display through some of Brisbane's best trails. The BTU crew and supporting community welcome you to the Brisbane Trail Ultra.
They are 3K away. They are like, they are racing crazy fast. They got second, BTU 60. For me it was BTU 67 and a half, because I got lost for 1 2. I would have been first.
What do you get? I'll see there and let other people tell me where you go.
I got lost going out of 65 from Coramulin Park, the second loop.
Oh, yeah, you had to start here.
I missed that.
You went back the same way. Yeah.
And I did a kilometer and 100 meters more, like in the way in and out. So the first one got 4 minutes less than me.
Oh. You would have had it.
I would have win. No, I definitely would have. Because without a kilometer, I did a 5 minutes 35 or something like that. I would have won for 1 minute and a half. So shit happens.
Yeah.
It's my first ultra.
Yeah. Your first ultra. And you work out that time.
Yeah, my first international run. And my second year running. So.
I'll take that. I'll take all of that.
Yeah. I couldn't have more or less. But I'm still calling me an idiot for getting lost.
I don't know. I did die taking out. I didn't wait. I don't even want to get my phone out. I get someone else. I didn't walk away.
I know shit happens. So.
It's hard when you're trying to go quick. So I don't have to. I just walk. Go right. We're out. We're trying to go.
Yeah. But I did have to stop. Like stop.
That was hard.
I was like, where am I? Where is the fucking track? How did I get lost? I was like, shit. And then I was like, calm down. Calm down.
Yeah, flag.
Yeah, no,
But you follow the code.
it's difficult because the loops and they should have a person there saying second loop. I mean, in Spain, the races the races have like hundreds of volunteers. Every critical point saying second time, or well, we don't make loops. We have plenty of contents to don't make a loop.
The checkpoint would have been.
But they are like, go there, go the other way, like that. So.
What is good? Coming for Brisbane is good. We're policing everything. Right.
Yeah, I hated the road running.
Oh yeah, way too long.
Too long. But after the
amazing.
road running.
This is like normally they are. You guys don't have start.
But in Spain, if a race has more than
Forget about all the other ones that yet to come. Yeah. Yeah.
So some are walking and some are running.
Yeah. So the ones that are running, they'd be like the.
It is what it is. I mean, we knew what we were racing. No one. They are crossing the bridge now. They should be here in 10 minutes or less. They are so fast. They will be like less than. Okay. Slow.
All 4 hours behind you.
was really slow, but steady pace because my legs were hurting a lot. And when I climbed the stairs, I was like walking. I was like, fuck the climb.
I rang up them and I rang up them.
Yep.
Welcome back here to the finish precinct. We're coming to you live. We're expecting our first 30k runner in the next 5 or 6 minutes. I say 5 or 6 minutes because the course record is 2 hours something, just over 2 hours, 2 hours and some seconds, and we're 5 minutes from that now. So we're showing you footage. We're showing you footage of the finish precinct here. You can see we've got the K2 with their gear all set up here. We're actually down now by the river. And this is where the runners will be coming along. They've crossed over the Goodwill Bridge. You can see a runner, one of our runners, I think that looks like one of our 60k runners, coming through there. So they've crossed over. They're on the right side of the river, but they've still got to get up to the cliffs. So they follow the river.
So looking at the tracker, we believe that Antonio Martinez Perez is moved into first place ahead of Aidan Hobbs over the bridge. So if the tracker is correct, we've had a change at the front end at the very last stages of this 30k Spartan Trail World Championship event. And it looks like Antonio is going to bring it home. If the tracker is correct, that's what we're going off at this point.
So we can see down to the river to the Captain's Hook Bridge here, which is the traffic bridge only. My eyesight's not that good, but we can, at night we'll see the runners with their lights coming along over there. But yeah, they're probably, if we had really great vision, long vision, we might be able to see them running along under the bridge there, but we can see people moving about.
Go up the stairs.
Do what you need to
see
do.
60k runners happy to be here at the finish, making their way up. There's someone with a really nice running skirt. See how pretty are they?
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Yeah, I know. I love running in a skirt.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to wear one just yet. Well, we'll see.
Well, yeah, as you know, I've done a trail walkout with a team.
Yeah.
One guy, and one of my guys in my team was another Brisbane trail
That's
runner.
Andrew Duffus.
Oh, there you go. This
Look
is
at him.
Andrew. Yes. So
Yes.
Andrew's Ben's dad.
That's
He's
correct.
famous for being Ben's dad, and amazing crew for Ben. Yeah, when he's in his events.
Andrew went out a bit later than everyone else today.
Yeah,
He started a bit later, so he got a special send-off from us.
Yeah, so he and Caroline both do a lot of trail running. They
That's
got
right.
into it because he did, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So there are a lot of 60k runners here coming up to finish. They have been out there all day.
They have indeed.
They have been out in the trails and they're coming back to civilization, and they'll be enjoying a beer at Joey's Cafe here at the top of the cliffs.
Again, I'm looking at the tracker. Most definitely looks like Antonio is well and truly taking a lead at his final stages. He is not far away, and we expect to see some footage of him very, very shortly.
I think that might be, is that our 110k runner there finisher over by there?
Have you got some details of that, Jody?
Yeah, Mike Carroll. Mike Carroll has finished 110k.
Yep. In the midst of everything else we were focusing on, he's come flying through.
Yeah.
And he's not only won, he's backed up a win.
Yeah. So we won it here last year.
Yes.
Took out the National Trail Long Champ Nationals. I think this is our front runner.
Yes.
And that looks like Antonio.
Yeah,
look at him cruising along there. Looks like he's caught Aidan in those last few Ks.
Oh, wow.
Amazing. Aidan's done amazing too.
I just literally got goosebumps seeing that footage. Antonio Perez about to
He
come
won't be
up.
far. That's just down the bottom of
Yeah.
the cliffs here. He's got to come up those stairs. So we might show, we've got footage of the stairs here. We might see him coming up the stairs shortly.
Yep.
And the runners will then start coming through thick and fast in the 30K. This is still not though. Yeah. So yeah, Mike's here. We'll try and have a chat with him a bit later. But yeah,
Once he's
Mike
recovered, yeah.
was winner here last year. No, that's just some people, tourists making their way up the stairs. They actually have to negotiate their way around all the other
Here he
tourists,
comes.
the runners. Is that him coming
Yeah,
up the
that's him
stairs?
coming up the
That's
stairs.
it. So he's doing
Bit
that
of
red bull
dodging.
climb. Yep.
Oh,
It's like,
She's
that's
like,
true,
"Excuse me."
me.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to see him very
Yes.
shortly. The stairs are just to the right of us here.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing. So is that the course record? 1:59. It's going to be close. Oh my goodness. Let's look what that
Still
course
got to come
is.
up the stairs and around the corner.
So it's 2 hours, 51 seconds is the record. We're on 1:59.44. So he's got a minute. I don't know if he can do
I
it.
don't.
Get up, because he's got to run past
Yeah,
us here,
yes,
up and
a few
around the
flights of
park.
stairs.
Yeah, here he goes. Okay. Antonio, he's come all the way from Spain, I believe. He spent a bit of time out at Tangalooma. Do you think he knows how close he is to that course record?
I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
he is just going for it.
So
at the
yeah,
end
there we go. We've got to go up those stairs.
One last set of stairs.
I pity that person who's trying to follow him. No, got to go right round. Yeah, make sure you go right round this trail. So
Yep.
yeah, so it is a little bit of up,
The
but then
finishing,
a little bit
ribbon's
of
ready at
down.
the finish
Yeah,
here.
so this is amazing.
It's all happening.
So we're 2 out with 30 seconds. I can see him up the top there. He'll turn the corner. It's going to be close. 37. What did I say the record was?
Oh, Andrew Duffus is
50.
coming down as well,
Yeah.
finishing.
Isn't
Will he
that
get him?
fitting? Last year it was Ben, his son Ben, chasing Aiden into finish. This year, 2 hours, 51 seconds. No, look, 55, 56.
Oh.
He's not made it. Oh, my
So
goodness. So
unbelievably
close.
close.
Yeah.
Here he comes,
There we go. Congratulations.
the champion.
There we go. Strong finish. So I think, is Andrew going to let him come
Oh
in?
no, let's just see what happens. Come
Is
on, here he comes.
Yeah. Well done. Okay.
Unreal.
Amazing. So yeah, it's the record holds. Aiden holds his record.
And so
Amazing.
Antonio
2:01.
Martinez Perez, 2022
Yeah.
Spartan Trail
So-
World Champion
Yeah.
for this event.
Congratulations.
Unbelievable.
That was amazing. Oh, so exciting.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see how far behind Aiden is.
Yeah.
Hopefully get some footage of him coming up the stairs very shortly as well. He's
so
not far
yeah,
away
it'll
at
be
all.
interesting to hear how he's someone taking footage of their finish. Yeah. So what was his official time? It was a bit over. We're about 30 seconds over that course record.
So close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Having a little
There we
discussion
go.
there.
Oh, there's
with
someone who's
our
maybe
race
tripped
director.
up the stairs. That's Aiden. Oh, looks like he's cramping.
Oh,
Is that Aiden? Yeah, looks like he's, maybe. We'll have a look. That looks like he's cramped up a bit there in the last few Ks.
so Antonio,
Not surprising when you run a 2:20
Oh, yeah.
marathon. Jeez.
Yes, be interesting to have a chat to him shortly. Antonio having a chat there with our race director.
So one of
Shona.
our mates, Anthony, he won't be far.
Yeah,
We're
so
looking out
you
for
can't
him.
wait for our mate Sedman.
Anthony
yeah.
Sedman, he'll be coming across the line. He did the 60K today. He's been out there since 8 a.m.
I'd love to know what Antonio and Shona are chatting about right
Yeah,
now, but hopefully later on we can get some of those insights from him.
We're looking to
Yeah.
see where Aiden, I think if that was actually Aiden struggling up the stairs there.
Yeah. Here he comes. He's coming, about to head up.
Yeah, so is that
last few
Aiden with
flights of
the high-vis
stairs.
vest on there making his way past us? So they've actually got to run past us here over by the on the footpath, up those stairs, which
Yeah.
you saw earlier with Antonio ran up. So we'll see him going up those stairs. So he is only a few minutes over last year's course record.
Yes.
And
And he did a 2:20 marathon last week. He's moving all right there.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe
Maybe he just tripped
those,
up those stairs.
maybe he's just
Yeah.
struggling with those last little bit of stairs.
He's probably resigned himself now. But I'll be pleased to say he did hold that course record.
Yes.
Does hold that. He still has the course record.
He's still the course record holder. And he's having an amazing run yet again today.
And
second place finish.
We'll be looking for Sarah. She won't be far away. Is that her now just coming along the mangrove walk?
So we've got Brody's
making his way now.
And then looks like we've got Sarah about to head across, getting close to heading across the bridge on her way here to the finish line.
Yeah, so she'll be on the mangrove walk. So mangrove walk is like a little walk that goes out over the river.
Yeah.
It's really pretty. It's actually, here comes Aiden into finishing. It's really pretty. He actually plays bird noises in one little section as you walk past. Yeah, it was a bit underwater and closed for a while after floods. But yeah, here comes Aiden into finish. So yeah, he's done amazingly well.
Absolutely.
Come back here to defend his title despite running the Gold Coast Marathon last weekend. So
and like you said, retains the
what
course record.
Versatile runner, absolutely.
Yes.
To have a really strong 1,500 metre background, to steeplechase, cross country. Like I think last year after the 30, he was then preparing for the cross country championships. So it's like amazing. Really, really great to have such talent. Out here.
And like you said, such a versatile runner.
Absolutely. Brody coming here now, doing the Red Bull.
I would say that is, yes.
Challenge. We've got some people. The river life. They do. A lot of people do abseiling on the cliffs just over here.
I did it one time, many years ago. Yes. Never again. I'll stick to trail running.
Yeah.
Or running in general.
Right. That's what people say when they do township break. Remember? Never again. I might have to get my jacket on now. You'll be waiting for our women now to to see whether she comes in under that course record of 2:39, which is set by Cecilia last year. Okay. So we're going to have a bit of a chat. We're going to try and have a bit of a chat to Antonio. It'll be really great to see what he thought of our local trails. And our event here, and how well he was looked after out there on the trails. He would have got a really good welcome, I hope, at the Brisbane Trail Runners Checkpoint 6 up there in Mount Cootha. As you see, sunset, but you can see the sun setting over Mount Cootha there. Oh. It's silhouetted. I'm sure if I move, I've got to move this way.
I don't need to move. I'm hiding over on the side here.
Yeah, so that here is Mount Cootha. Yeah, so the runners will have to come, the milers and the 110k runners will come through there in the dark. And it'll get pretty cold. Everyone else has been through there, of course, still making their way through there. We're back to the finish line. So I think we'll be looking for Brody and then maybe our first place female. You've got her there coming across the bridge. So she's done that little bridge. Here comes Brody coming down to finish, third place male in the 30k. Great strong finish there, of course.
Brody
and right behind him, is our mate Anthony. Look at him coming in there, 60k.
60k.
Oh, he's doing well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Man, this guy's run across Scotland. Can you believe that? Okay, yeah. So we're going to have a bit of a chat with Antonio. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How have you enjoyed your time in Australia?
Yeah, of course.
Is this your first time to Australia?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. How did you find our trails out there?
Yeah, it was really fast
good.
compared to what I'm used to, but I enjoyed it a lot.
Yep.
The last part was a bit maybe bored because it was a lot of asphalt, but I enjoy a lot the part of the bush.
Yeah, okay. So you did. We see you running up the first climb. How did you find the Red Bull climb? Did you know you were on the Red Bull climb? And
yeah, I was running with this guy. I don't know the name.
Aiden.
Yeah. He was a bit ahead and he was pushing really hard, and I was like trying to not let him go. But the Red Bull uphill was tough as the other uphills because you could run all the way up to the top. So that makes you you had to put a lot of effort.
Yeah. Did you have a question, Ben?
I'm just impressed with what you've done today. I'm actually intrigued to know with the conversation you were having with our race director, Shona, after you finish. Any kind of things that you guys were talking about post-race?
I was telling that it was a bit bittersweet because I was second, at the when it was 6 or 7 kilometers left, and then suddenly I was first because he got lost a bit. I don't know how much he got lost. So yeah, I don't know. I feel sorry for him. That's something that happened. It had happened to me this year, and it's not fun. But yeah, I mean,
I think that happens in trail running, especially at the front. You're just so
have to
focused.
Be careful to look for the marks and the watch, and
And I've always said that's a bit of a skill of trail running, is following the marking. So you know, you never. It's your own fault. You take a bit of, acceptance for.
Well, it's just one of the other elements that come with the sport.
Yeah.
I have been here for 2 weeks, and I have done the course like 2 times.
Okay.
So I knew all the parts, so I didn't have to look for the marks or the watch. So I think that's part of the game. But still, I feel sorry. I don't like to win like this, but that's how it is.
Absolutely. No, so that's so nice of you. Yeah. So Aidan, who was second and who really challenged you on that Red Bull climb, he holds the course record. You were 30 seconds off it.
Yeah.
I know, amazing, right? We were like, is he going to get it? Yeah.
Did you have any idea you were that close to the course record?
No, because it was a bit different in some parts. There was a match game, so we ran around the stadium, and another part I think it was a bit different. But I think we ran quite hard all the way.
Yeah.
And Hayden was really tough in the uphill, and I couldn't follow him.
Yeah.
But then on the downhill I could catch him, and then we were like facing
a bit of cat and mouse. I love it.
We passed like 10 times.
That happens. I think that happens a lot in trail running. You know, you run to your strengths, and I think that's probably what happened out there today. So that was amazing.
Wow.
So how much longer have you got in Australia?
Until Monday.
Oh, fantastic. So what have you got? So enjoying Brisbane?
Yeah, of course.
So really great to hear that you've been out there enjoying some of our trails.
Yeah.
You know, I live here, so I run all those trails. Ben's from the Gold Coast, so I've got to take him running out there.
I'm yet to experience a lot of those trails. So.
It was fun.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're looking for our first female to come in.
Yeah, it should be here. Probably Sarah, I guess.
Yeah, Sarah.
And she can be like really in front of the general, so she's a strong girl.
Yeah, she's done amazing because she's actually on track to beat the course record. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's next for you?
I don't know yet. I will run OCC, the shortest race of UTMB, that is 55.
Yep.
But maybe before that I will run some races in Italy or I don't know.
Amazing.
We will see.
Are you going to come back next year?
Hopefully. I enjoy a lot, and I would like to.
Yeah, and bring some friends. Tell everyone how great we what a great reception
I will.
we have
I will recommend this race,
Yeah,
absolutely. And the city, of course.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Well,
thanks a lot for the race and for everything. It was super well organized.
Yeah, thank
congrats.
you so much.
Yeah, congratulations. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah, thank you. We'll see now if we can see our front-running female.
Well,
where
she's
Sarah
not far
is.
away.
Not far away,
No.
so she's come across the Goodwill Bridge.
Yeah,
Thank
she's
you.
well and surely on her way to us.
Yeah.
Probably only a matter of minutes until we get some footage of
Yeah.
Sarah.
So we're losing our light, which is a bit of a shame because it was really good to follow everyone on the trails.
But we will be able to see their headlamps start to come around.
Yeah, we will be
which
able to
would
follow
cool.
the headlamp. So we got a strong finisher here. Is this another finisher in the 30? Yeah, one of our top rubbers. So, how amazing.
Unbelievable.
What a great, I love these races, like, where they just, I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
It's always like that. But
Well, it comes back to it's a sport, and these guys are at the top of their field, but also is that community and that camaraderie amongst us as runners, right?
We're so close as a community, the trail running community and the ultra running community. We're always looking about. So, we got some great footage of here down on the bike track.
Yeah, cool.
So they've come off. This is where they first get onto the river.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see this is one of the William Jolly Bridge and the Go-Between Bridge. The Go-Between Bridge there is the first bridge. Named after the Go-Betweens. Another good fact here, Brisbane band.
Here we go.
In fact, there's an event the River City Runners do every Christmas. It's called the Seven Bridges Classic. We do it the last Sunday before Christmas and we run over all 7 bridges. And we're really excited because there's going to be 2 new bridges. Oh, is this one of our leading females coming through here? Is that Simone?
Just updating.
Yeah, no, that's way back. That's actually way back where they come down onto the river. So they've just come past Suncorp. You sort of pop out. They have all these tunnels that go under the Riverside Expressway there, or Coronation Drive. And yeah, I run along here quite a bit.
So I'm just looking at the tracker, and we should have Sarah Alonso Martinez literally coming up any moment.
Okay, so we're looking for her to come. It's always good when you finish when it's still light.
Yeah.
We've got some footage there of some people just making their way up the stairs.
Kilometres they're running. So I'm not sure about the numbers personally, but they're dribbling in.
Some
might
tourists.
just wait for the flash of running past.
Well, actually, she might not need her headlamp on. You know, I run around the city at night with no headlamp because the lights are really
Here
good.
we go.
Okay, so here she comes.
Yep.
So what is it? 2:14. She's going to take. She's taking a good
happy 60K
15 minutes off that course record.
It's amazing.
Wow. Yeah.
Incredible run. She's literally here. She comes.
Yeah, looking so strong. Yeah,
One
amazing. Of
flight
course,
of
she is a
stairs.
mountain runner, so we expect her to take those stairs.
Last flight of stairs.
Amazing.
Around the bend.
So it'll be really interesting to see if she'll be racing off against Cecilia, who has our course record. Well, did have our course record. Is about to lose her course record here. So that's our second. Antonio did. This will be our second record for the night.
Yes, that's
because we've
correct.
had 110. The
That's right,
110K record was broken not long ago by Mike Carroll in the 110K. We might get an update shortly on where the females are in the 110K. Unfortunately, some of our top runners have either dropped down to a lot shorter race because they've had COVID or other bigger races coming up, or a few that have dropped from the 110K.
That's our race director, Shona.
She's excited to see our female. Here she comes. Oh my goodness, what a strong finish. It is a downhill, that last little bit.
Alonso
Look at her.
Martinez.
Looking strong. Nice. I love it. She's still just got flowing, that easy flowing stride as she comes into that finish line.
As she comes in to take the win in the females
Fantastic.
Spartan Trail World Championship
that is
30.
2:16:02. 2:16:02. That's almost, what's that? 2:39 is the record. So she's taken 20 minutes.
Let's just say it. She's destroyed it. Yeah. Obliterated that women's record.
Fantastic.
Congratulations, Sarah.
So there's Antonio there as well, congratulating her. What amazing.
Unreal.
They have been enjoying the Brisbane weather. I'm sure they felt right at home on Tuesday when it was really cold here in Brisbane. But we certainly turned it on today. It is dropping. The temperature's dropping now.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yeah, I know. You've got your jacket on already. Here we go.
I'll need a second jacket shortly. And the sun's barely going down. Look at her. Look at that smile. She's stoked. Yeah.
Amazing. And look at that backdrop. Brisbane City.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
The colours in the sky changing.
Yeah.
Gorgeous afternoon.
So I don't know. Some people might be looking forward to the dark, but some people might be, Now, I've got another friend I'm looking for.
Yes.
Well, someone's talking to us. Yes.
Jeff Russell.
There's some refreshments.
Shout out to Jeff Russell.
We love the Brisbane Trail Runners.
He's looked after me today. Not just today.
Oh, track. Sorry,
Yeah, track. Yeah.
Actually, track.
Trail runners.
Trail Runner Association Queensland.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were probably some of the first races I really got into with track, because they've been around forever too.
Yeah.
They look after Mount Glorious. Oh, we're talking to Mike. Mike, welcome. Are we on? You here? You here? Come in. Come in.
Come in.
Yeah,
Join the fun.
go. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank
you very
much. Yeah, we saw you come in and we were like, what?
Where's
You smashed that course record. Did you not? Yeah. And I don't know if I want to be excited to tell Vlad that or not. I'd love to tell Aiden that he's held on to. Amazing.
I saw Vlad out there today.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
We're an out and back.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously started a bit early.
Yeah.
He started a bit earlier than me.
Yeah, okay, of course. Yeah.
And yeah, we
It's so cool, isn't it? When it just
quick
lifts
g'day.
you when you see those others out on the trail. It does. Yeah. So you took out the title here last year.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So you were national trail champion last year. I'm not sure where the trail championships are this year, but yeah. So you were keen to come back, obviously, and do the 110 again.
Yeah.
Congratulations. So what did you do to break the record by so much? Because what was your time last year? I know the course was a little bit different.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit faster.
Yeah, I think it was pretty similar.
Yeah.
Certainly same distance. I'm not sure about the elevation, but
did anything different with your training?
I probably last year I'd run UTA before.
Okay. Yeah.
BTU about 7 weeks before. So I'd done some decent training before, but not big mileage or anything. But this year I've had like a pretty good build up, and I've had some good consistency. I've been lucky with no injuries. So
I think maybe that not doing UTA before this event, you're coming in a little bit fresher.
Possibly.
I have this discussion all the time with the athletes I coach. Do you think I'll be okay if I come? Do you think it'll be okay if I do this event before that event? And I'm like, it depends what level you are at, I think, so do you know where the other people were in the field? Did you have any idea how far ahead of them you
Not
were?
really, no.
It's really hard, isn't it, when you're out there too?
Yeah, there was a good group of us early on that ran together for maybe 10, 15 Ks.
Yep.
And then I just kind of stayed at the same pace. I think I had a good day, started pretty conservatively and just was able to keep that pace most of the day, which helped a lot.
So is this the longest you've done, 110?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't stepped up to the miler yet. No, I think this is my fifth 100K kind of race.
Yeah.
And I'm still.
It is a whole nother level, that miler.
Step up.
It
is.
It
I
is.
always get to the 90K mark of 100K.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
70K's more.
Yeah. No, I think, that's your sweet spot, then stick with it. Yeah. No, but, I think, I don't know. You never know.
No, I would like to, though.
You'd like to try do it?
Yes.
There's something about it, isn't it? 100 miles.
Yeah.
So everything went well today. Nutrition was on point.
Nutrition was good. I tried something. I've been trying something a bit different this year. Just trying to take in a bit more calories.
Okay.
I've always been a bit blasé with nutrition.
Yep.
And just
because that's a lot that people don't get. They tend to not pay much attention to, or they put all that effort into the training, and then they don't think about the nutrition side. And that's as a coach, this is why I'm asking you. I'm trying to get that message through. Is that's so important, that fueling properly. This is why I always ask. And and a lot of the time when people say, I said, what made a big difference? You had a great run. What really made a difference this time? Like, you've had a great run this time, so obviously a little bit more rested because you haven't done UTA.
But also nutrition.
And also the nutrition.
I think so. Yeah. I had a bit of a rough patch last year, about midway, and I think it was a bit dehydrated.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't taking in enough, and it took me maybe a couple of hours to kind of regroup and get going again.
I think it's a good message there too, that you can. You've got enough time to recover.
Yeah, I just slowed it down last year a bit. Because last year there was actually maybe a group of 4 of us for a lot of the race.
Yeah, wow.
So at the end, I think I won by 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then there was maybe 15 minutes, and it was close.
Yeah, and in 100, that's a lot. It's
pretty close, isn't it? Yeah.
Especially this one. Yeah. No, fantastic.
Awesome. So not doing UTA this year, was this a race that you really specifically targeted as one of your main races for the year?
UTA was just postponed this year to October, and so I certainly didn't go and enter anything else, knowing that Brisbane was in July. It was.
Okay.
I mean, I love coming here. I'm from Canberra, so I need to come and get a bit of warm weather. I certainly haven't done any heat training.
Yeah, and you didn't need to. I think, was it cool?
No.
How was it out there on course? It was not too
beautiful.
windy. It was beautiful
It's
today.
so nice.
It was. Yeah.
And even during the middle of the day, a lot of it you're under the foliage
canopy,
and the canopy, and it was really nice.
So, are you very familiar with any of the names of the trails and trail sections and stuff?
I'm hopeless. I'm so sorry.
Because there's a
Shona asked me about that last year.
Yeah.
Oh, which parts did you like? I'm like, I just couldn't
The bit
know any of the
after-
bits, but
the bit after
the
the-
rainforesty bit, that was really
The
nice.
nice bit, that was nice.
Those bridges were really nice. And
So the rainforesty bit is Mount Glorious. So yeah, there's a checkpoint up there at Myala,
Yeah.
which is a picnic area.
Yeah.
So and this year you got to do the West Side Track,
yeah,
which you probably means nothing to you, but it's a beautiful piece of trail that's been closed off because of landslides up there, which you got
Okay.
to run this year, and they opened it just for us, which is amazing.
Oh, wow,
And
yeah.
we on the camp we were up there, but we couldn't run it. We had to run on the road. So it's
Okay.
been the first time in a while. And you got to run that
Yeah.
today, so that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
You kind of, when you come in, you sort of pop out at this little picnic area in the roads right there.
yeah,
Does that ring a
yeah,
bell?
yes,
You
yeah.
sort of pop up and go,
That's
"Oh,
right.
There's I'm on the road, there's a road, it's civilization.
Yeah,
after being in the
civilization.
rainforest.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's another real steep bit we call township break. Do you remember
Yep.
that bit? Yeah.
Yep.
So my question is, did you stay upright going down it?
I
It's
did.
really steep.
I did.
Well done.
I kind of, I skied when I was little, and so I kind of just use my edges a little bit. I go down like
That's a
bit
great
jumping
trick.
kind of sideways,
Yeah.
and then
I've got a
do
friend.
a few turns.
Actually, I've got a friend. Actually, she's Japanese, from Japan. She does a lot of snowboarding, and she's amazing at technical down. So I think that's a secret, is to have a bit of skiing experience.
Yeah,
to do
and a
those
little bit
technical
of just like confidence,
Yeah,
I suppose.
yeah, yeah.
'Cause you
Yeah.
lean, like you lean back and you slip on your ass.
Yeah. Yes, which is what I always do when I do it. Oh, thank you so much. Well, that's amazing
Awesome.
time.
No,
Congratulations.
congratulations.
Yeah,
Nice.
we'll see you in the morning for the presentations.
that'll be fun.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
are you going to come back? You got to
I'd
come
love
back.
to come back, yeah.
We'll see how you
I'd-
can do on the course again. Yeah.
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 So you Waterstone Trail today that you didn't see last time too. So
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, it was
Across
good.
the creek. So actually, I had one more question. Last one question. Did you find because the course is wetter that it was probably not as slippery?
I didn't find it slippery
Any different
today.
at
Like
all?
there was,
Yeah.
or not muddy. Like last
Yeah.
year was muddier.
Was
we
it?
had, we had some sections last year. It was really muddy, just
can't
hard to
remember.
avoid.
I thought we'd had more rain this year, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I remember
Ah.
last year there was one downhill and you just couldn't avoid it and was just slipping,
Yeah.
slipping and sliding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that hellhole? I don't know. Okay, thank you so much for
Okay.
your time.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Cheers.
Thank you. So we're just going to the footage, looking at the footage here. They're coming through the tunnel. That's just actually where they pop out, where you would have come through here and you pop out and you see the river for the first time. I think you know you're getting close. So we have amazing path network and network of bikes and trails in here in Brisbane. And this is just showcasing a whole heap of them. Amazing.
So our
Thanks,
second
Mike.
place.
That was Mike who won the 110k, and he actually came in a course record. And
Yes.
he's actually beat Vlad's course
Which is
record, and Vlad's a
huge.
pretty tidy runner.
Yeah.
So I think a few messages there
Mhm.
in that, hey, he didn't run UTA beforehand. You
Yeah.
know, I think if you want to do well in the
something to be
event,
said for it.
Yeah.
So looking at the tracker, Simone Brick appears to be
Second place in the
she's
30K?
Probably going to run past any
So is she going to
moment.
come in under Cecilia's time? Underneath the course record. Sorry, I've got someone here waving at me.
Yes.
Can I go? Ben's going to take over.
Yeah, I'm going to take
Ben's
over for a
gonna
moment.
take over.
Jodie's going to talk to her fans. We'll keep watching this footage, and we're waiting for a second place female, Simone Brick, who's not far away, about to come up the stairs by the look of things, and then run past, and then the last few flights of stairs and around and down to the finish line. Absolutely stunning footage here. Running along river, the bridge. Just great footage. Bit of a shout out to the guys from Element.
You'll see where. Okay, all right. Okay, we're here at the finish line of the Brisbane Trail Ultra. We were here with our 30k female winner, Sarah Alonso Martinez. You've come from Spain. Just speaking to that, yeah, Spain. Yeah. Well done. What an amazing race. You look strong all day. Did you enjoy your time out there on the trails?
Yes, but I am alone all the race, not with men, not with women. So I was like, I am not if I am lost or not, but I follow running and until the finish line.
You had no one else around you but the whole time, just running by yourself, pretty much.
Yes, I think if maybe I was with someone, maybe I can push harder, but
we saw.
I see behind and in front nobody, so I follow running.
Yeah, well done. So you look really strong on those climbs. So you definitely come from a mountain running, a trail, background. What's your longest run? The
2
marathon?
weeks ago, I win in Mont Blanc Marathon.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So, yes.
So how does that compare to this?
Bueno, Australia is an exotic place for me. Like kangaroos, koalas.
Yeah.
A lot of animals in the water. And for running is super fast. Trials not comparing with Europa, that we have more technical races, more longer. Yeah. More people that know trail running. Here is a lot of people running, but not in the exciting that is in Europe.
Yeah.
But for example, it's really fast race that you have to push hard every time. So it's difficult. It's different.
Yeah. So it is a great. It is a fast. I do believe this is actually quite a fast course because
of course.
There are some technical trails, but they're further out. So it is right. It is quite. There is a bit of a rocky technical bit down to the little waterfall. Do you remember the waterfall? No?
I don't know.
It doesn't look like a waterfall.
It was like fast.
Yeah.
I'm fast all the time.
It was all fast.
Yes.
Well, your time showed
it.
that. Yeah.
I enjoy a lot of these 2 weeks in Australia.
Yeah.
And I am so happy to be here.
Yeah. Okay. So have you seen a koala?
Yes, I've seen the koala in the Line Zoo or something like this here. The zoo Line or koala Line.
Koala.
Here is a zoo of koala.
A koala zoo. Oh, Australia Zoo.
Here in Brisbane.
Oh, Brisbane.
Right.
Oh,
Line or Lone or something like this.
Oh, Lone Pine.
This one.
Yeah,
Lone Pine. Sorry, Lone Pine, which is out in Fig Tree Pocket.
I went there.
I run out there a fair bit. There's some nice little trails around the river. Oh no, it's been really, really great here to have you at the race. We did have a strong female field, but you've truly showed that your talent here. I really hope. Would you come back?
I hope it.
Yeah, you hope so. Yeah.
Or maybe I want to come here in summer because I was in my city thinking that I go to Australia to do surfing to the beach, and I arrived here
and it's cold
short, with t-shirts and people like it's winter, and I say, I didn't know it.
Yeah. Well, we did have our cold. We had unseasonably cold. We have had unseasonably cold weather. So I don't know if you know, but Tuesday, you were here Tuesday. It was the coldest city in Australia, which is very, very unusual.
Okay.
But all of our runners who have come from Melbourne and Canberra have said how amazing the weather is here.
Yeah. Yes, for running for running was super good weather.
Compared to Canberra and
for going to the beach, not the best, but
I did ask my friends from Melbourne if they'd gone swimming in the pools. I don't know if you'd seen the pools down here in South Bank. No, they hadn't. No.
That's okay.
Oh, I know. I have a very Australian accent apparently.
Yeah, sorry, my English is not super well.
You're doing very well.
But thank you very much. It's been really
you.
good to see you racing today. We had some great footage out on the trail, so we could really see you powering up those hills.
Yes, thank you.
It's really nice to have you in Australia. I hope you enjoy your time here.
Yes.
I hope we see you again.
I don't know.
And bring your friends. Yeah.
Maybe next year I come back.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Thanks for chatting with us. Well done.
So that was Sarah Alonso Martinez. She took over 20 minutes off the course record, which was 2:39. She finished here in about 2:20 something, I think it was. We've got runners coming through here. We can't see because, of course, we don't. They're coming through on the other side of the lights. But it's great to see them runners filtering through here. Oh, I'm looking for my friend from Melbourne to see if she's come in.
Do an update on your mate.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to check. So
I'm going to go to grab a drink.
It's time for a bit of a short break, is it?
Yeah, can we have a bit of a...
Yeah, we're going to go for a short break.
We'll show you some footage of from the trails today and a bit of what's going on here at the finish line and the happy finishers.
Welcome to the 2022 Brisbane Trail Ultra. Over the course of the weekend, we'll see runners participate, compete and push themselves to reach the finish line across multiple distances and some incredible terrain in the heart of Queensland's capital city. At the Brisbane Trail Ultra, points are on the line as part of the Spartan Trail World Championship event, with the 30-kilometre challenge and the 100-mile ultra being fiercely competed throughout the weekend. Follow along as we celebrate, support and enjoy the athleticism on display through some of Brisbane's best trails. The BTU crew and supporting community welcome you to the Brisbane Trail Ultra.
Okay, so we're here at the finish precinct of the Brisbane Trail Ultra. We're at the beautiful Brisbane city behind us. I'm here with Marcos. He's our second place in our 60k, although he's saying it's 65 or 7. And first place female, Jill Fowler, in the 60k. So I'll start with you, Marcos. Welcome to Australia. So is this your first time to Australia?
No, it's my second time to Australia.
Okay.
I've been here 12 years ago.
Okay.
When I was 17, I came to study in Adelaide.
All right.
For a trimester in a high school.
Yep. So you came here, did a bit of school, and then you went back. And so you were really keen to come back and...
Yeah.
Were you a runner then?
No. I've been a runner for only 2 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. So what's the longest you've run?
This.
This is the longest you run. Oh, and you got to run...
Before this, I've only have run 46 kilometers.
Oh, wow. So what event was that?
What?
What event? So where did you...
No, in Spain.
So have you done many events? Yeah.
No, 3 or 4 marathons.
Okay. So how did you hear about this event?
Shona invites some Spanish athletes, Sara and Antonio.
Yeah.
I work with a media there, Carreras de Montana.
Yeah.
And they told me, do you want to go to Australia? You speak English? And choose a race. And I was like, as I race marathons, I was like, okay, 60 sounds good.
Okay, and you've done an amazing run. So how did you find our trails? So you do a bit of trail running, or you've done some events on the trails?
I've only been trail running for 2 years.
Yeah, so how did you find our trails?
Very like up and down.
Yeah.
Very fast. You couldn't rest a minute.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing is I got lost.
Yeah.
For about a kilometer.
But that didn't take away from your race experience.
No, well, I mean, I was cursing in Spanish.
We're lucky they couldn't understand you, Jill.
Yeah, no, I was alone.
Yeah, Jill. So you're an Aussie, and one of our good top Aussie runners. So have you raced much in Brisbane or in Queensland?
I haven't raced in Queensland before in trail running.
Oh, so fantastic to have you. Thank you for coming to Brisbane. How did you find our trails here? Because you've done some big events.
I have done some
What are
big
some of the events you've done
that
we can, that are comparable with trail-wise?
Oh, it's a bit different because I usually pick trails that are a bit more technical.
Yeah.
I found this was actually really runnable. I had to keep running.
Yeah.
But it does have some really good sharp little pinches. So they're never too long though.
Yeah.
Where there was one. The one
that went like this?
The kilometer 37, 38 for me.
Yeah.
It was a long climb.
It was.
But it was...
Kokoda? Is that the Kokoda track?
Yeah.
That's infamous. We love to hate Kokoda.
Yeah.
There's actually 2 ways of coming, or a couple of ways of coming up. There's a Jacksonia trail and Kokoda trail, and I prefer Jacksonia to Kokoda.
It was hard. It was hard because the race is so fast.
Yeah.
And when you get there, your pace lowers and you start walking.
So can you imagine doing that with about 120 k's in your legs?
I know. I was feeling sorry for the 100 and the 100 milers.
So our 110k runners out. Well, we've got Mike who's been
I'm not running any ultras. I will keep my marathon and half marathons.
Yeah.
I'm fine there.
Yeah. So Jill, you're used to doing the longer stuff, the 110 and milers. Are you tempted to come back and do the 110?
I don't know. There's too much running in it. No, it's a good course. For me, I'm denied about doing not the 100 mile this year, but the 110. But I just haven't done enough volume.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd come and have some fun on the 65.
I'm a little disappointed you didn't get to do the Black Cockatoo Trail and the trails around the Gold Creek Reservoir. We've just had so much rain, and the outflows from that dam have just, those trails are very overgrown, and they just wouldn't let us in there. So I'm really disappointed. So because in the 60, usually you're the only event that gets to do that Black Cockatoo Trail. So yeah, I'm really sorry that
they're crazy. We Spanish are crazy.
So I think they want to go and eat.
Yeah, I know. We drink and eat. That's what we do.
I'd really need a beer. That's what I'm hanging out for. No, I just had a few more questions. Oh, so how did you find the checkpoints? So the crews at the checkpoints, how did you find the welcomes? And
I usually never stop a lot in the checkpoints. Water, Red Bull.
That's all I needed.
I've missed some sugary drinks like Cokes or something like that.
Yeah.
Because we are used to that in Spain.
Yeah. Okay.
And your mouth is like craving. But yeah, I didn't stop that much to enjoy the checkpoints.
So Jill, would you normally have done UTA before coming here?
In the past couple of years I have, but I wasn't planning to do it this year. No.
Because I interviewed Mike previously, and I said to him, what was the big difference this year? Because he smashed the course record and ran much faster than he did last year. And he said he hadn't done UTA, so he thinks he's coming in fresher. So I wondered if, that might have been, a factor. For some of our faster times, is it because people haven't come from that event to this one? And I think it's
possibly.
And I think this is probably you're better off doing that rather than this, one or the other, not both. I think.
Yeah.
It's well worth, I think, saving yourself for this amazing finish. How did you find the start? Because that was a little of a run around and then the Rocky Trail.
Oh, the Rocky Trail was great.
Yeah, I know.
The
that was
Rocky
nice and
Trail
technical.
You
would have been nice.
Yeah, I was cool with that.
Yeah,
because we race those races in Spain, so we have those Rocky races.
Yeah.
They are getting crazy.
Yeah, it's been really great to see you have a great run here, Jill. It's really nice to have you here in Brisbane. I hope you'll come back and race a few more races in.
And I'm sure there's other races up here to see.
Okay, we're wrapping up. We've got that's
Sarah
enough from us.
Alonso,
Yeah, so thank you very much.
Yep.
We'll let you go off and have you don't drink.
No, I don't.
No, maybe you can go and get your beer for me, and we'll let you get some food and get some rest and enjoy your time here in Brisbane. We've put on an amazing night for you, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.